Ladies and gentlemen, we turn your attention to midfield as welcome both the Pearland Oiler cheerleaders and our Shadow Creek Sharks cheerleaders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing their 2020-2021 Pearland High School Varsity Cheerleading Squad. Sophomore, Caitlin Woods. Sophomore, Kendall Worthy. Sophomore, Taylor Petticat. Sophomore, Rebecca Bennett. Junior, Ella Brandstetter. Junior, Reese Brawl. Junior, Haley Kurtz. Junior, Kennedy Skimma. Junior, Carly Cummings. Junior, Gabriella Keelan. Junior, Katie Ford. Junior, Hannah Catrell. Senior, Maya Cayley. Senior, Jada Prince. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Brittany Burches. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Cameron Williams. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Rachel Booth. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Kaylee Kirby. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Bree Hasso. Senior 2020 UCA All-American, Game Day Cheerleader of the Week, Taylor Fortney. Senior 2020 UCA All-American and Social Media Coordinator, Emma Wells. Senior 2020 UCA All-American Team Activities Coordinator, Sierra Hernandez. Senior 2020 UCA All-American Co-Captain, Classic Baker. Senior 2020 UCA All-American Co-Captain, Sydney Hansen. Senior 2020 UCA All-American and Team Captain, Leah Flynn. Senior Young Leader is Tyler Wayne. The Pearland varsity cheerleaders are coached by assistant coach Jamie Housen and head coach Will Strother. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your 2020-21 Shadow Creek varsity cheerleaders. Here are your freshmen. All-American cheerleader Jalen Smith. All-American cheerleader Caitlin Knight. Amaya Huff. And Melissa Palacios. And now your sophomores include Aaliyah Peters, Grace Jimenez, All-American cheerleader Caitlin Jennings, Riley Holmes, Reagan Bainbridge, Demi Turner, and All-American cheerleader Brooke Reynolds. And now for your juniors, Lexi Williams, Amaya Tolbert, All-American cheerleader Natalia Schultz, Gabriela Jimenez, All-American cheerleader Kia Hopkins, All-American cheerleader Cynthia Cruz. And for your seniors, All-American cheerleader Tiffany Johnson and Ashley Escobar. Head coach is Elizabeth Virgil, assisted by Vanessa Villatoro. Cheer manager is Demara Stanton, and cheer manager is Cameron White. Mascot is Adalia Almaguer. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2020-21 Shadow Creek varsity cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, due to COVID-19, we are unable to exchange sportsman gifts between our schools here tonight. However, we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone tonight to the Shadow Creek versus Pearland Oilers football game. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Freedom Field for tonight's Conference 6A Region 3 District 23 matchup between the visiting Oilers of Pearland and your Shadow Creek Sharks. The Oilers enter tonight's game with an overall season record of 6 wins and 1 loss, 4-1 in district play. Your Sharks enter tonight's game with an overall season record of 3-2, undefeated in district play. Tonight's game will be exciting as both teams continue to fight for their spot in the district standings. As always, tonight's game will be conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League. The UIL wishes to remind you, fans, regardless of the final score of tonight's matchup, all of the athletes you witness tonight who take the field have shown their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. Spectators, please take into consideration the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forward. Cheer these young athletes, applaud them, but do not do any of your actions cause them to doubt the value of athletics. Fans, tonight, by your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and school. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of tonight's game, it will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game. The cheerleaders, the bands, the drill teams, and the students who have supported their teams at home and away. These young people play an integral part in their team's success. Officials for tonight's game have been mutually agreed upon and selected by administrators of both schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without their refined skills and understanding of the game of football, tonight's game would not be possible. We ask that all students, parents, and citizens please demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of authority. Here are some guidelines for attendance at tonight's game here at Freedom Field. Number one, fans should not criticize or demean the players of either team. Number two, fans should not take part in booing or demeaning of officials. Number three, fans should not possess or use alcohol or tobacco products here upon the grounds of any University Interscholastic League athletic event. It is a violation of state law. Fourth, fans should be courteous and respectful to visiting fans. Fifth, fans should show great joy in cheering for your respective teams. And sixth, if a player of either team should be injured during tonight's matchup, fans please extend respect towards that player. On behalf of the entire Alvin Independent School District, we thank you and hope you enjoy tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time you please rise as the Shadow Creek Band performs the Shadow Creek High School Song. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we await for the teams to enter the field.
ID. Our district covers over 252 square miles in northern Missouri County, and we service over 26,000 students and 3,400 employees who live out our core beliefs each day. Our district consists of 31 campuses, and soon we will be opening a fourth comprehensive high school in 2022. And now in ISD, we aim to provide students with a broad array of educational experiences that can connect to the passion, interests, and talents of each individual student. With the many options offered in Alvin ISD, from early childhood through graduation, our students are able to take ownership of their learning by pursuing specific areas that will help them achieve success. These individual learning paths available through programs such as AP courses, advanced academics, dual enrollment courses, career and technology, student organizations, and extracurricular activities will help students gain knowledge and skills that will serve them throughout their lives. As we showcase our athletics and our fine arts program this evening, we ask that you partner with us to ensure that those performing on the field are both supported and building a positive environment for all that participate. Join us in showing good sportsmanship, and let's pass on the good vibes for our hometown win tonight. Thank you again, and safe travels home.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, Von Conrad, Prince III. Again, Von Conrad, Prince III. You need to meet an officer at the visiting concession station. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your Shadow Creek Sharks. And now, across the way, welcome the Pearland Oilers. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now observe a moment of silence to focus on the spirit of tonight's competition, acknowledge the prevailing sense of fair play, and the safety of all players, coaches, parents, officials, and spectators. Thank you. Tonight, we'd like to honor those courageous men and women who have served our country in the United States Armed Forces. Please stand if you are an active or retired military. Let's give these men and women a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America. The national anthem will be performed virtually tonight on the scoreboard by the Shadow Creek High School Choir Poseidon Chorale, under the direction of Frankie Espinoza and Jennifer Gallagher.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Captains will meet at midfield for tonight's coin toss.
That's pretty much for the district championship over Katy Paytow's in play as well, but that is a tough matchup for Manville. But we're here with Shadow Creek and Pearland, another great matchup here in 24-6A. As they'll toss the coin here in a couple seconds, we'll find out who gets the ball first.
You have to appreciate old Pearland with their top runners and stat drivers. They're all under the number 12.
Yeah,
12 and under number-wise. It's like we don't want you guys to think too hard whenever you're calling out their numbers.
So you have to appreciate them, too, for the logo on the side of the helmet. The old Derrick logo. It's good to see that.
They got some sweet-looking unis this year. I mean, it's not going to make them run faster.
So they're out there to toss the coin. Chiron Drone's out there.
And that's something that Pearland struggled with all year whenever you watch the film is I think they keep trying to get outside. They keep trying to run these wide jet sweeps and trying to get outside of people, and they're just not quite fast enough. And so their bread and butter is going to be these inside plays, you know, the traps and the ISOs and these traditionally run I formation plays out of the gun formation where you can run a little bit more misdirection, maybe some RPO. The issue is that I worry they're going to commit too much time to running outside, and they're going to be surprised at how fast Shadow Creek is getting out there, even with the young defense. But with the misdirection, you have a chance of catching some young defensive players out of position.
Shadow Creek has won the toss.
Eager.
They have deferred to the second.
So, I think it's evenly matched. We're not going to know until after the first couple of series what's really going to happen.
God bless.
So Shadow Creek wins the toss. They'll defer to the second half. So Pearland, the Oilers, will operate on their offense first tonight. See their quarterback, Jake Sock.
See Kelicolio Linton out there for the coin toss for Pearland. Leads the team in tackles. It's not even close, and he's fourth in all-purpose yards, and he's a defensive player.
And he was their captain on the coin toss there as well. So he's doing everything tonight for him. And we'll see. It's going to be a great matchup. The speed of the wide receivers for Shadow Creek. We really haven't seen Chiron Drones, full on this year. We saw him against North Shore. He really kind of got banged up in that game. I don't think he's really come full healthy this year, but it's coming down the stretch. They're starting to put it together. As we said, 142-0 over the last 3 games. They beat Strake Jesuit 33-0. This defense, especially Tom, this defense for Shadow Creek has always been extremely tough. They lost a lot of players last year to graduation, but they still have all that speed, that toughness on that D.
They have a lot of speed and a lot of toughness. You have to remember, Chiron Drones, he's owned that ground since he was a sophomore, really, as a quarterback, junior, especially as a junior. So it's not like he has too much time to really step in and say, hey, now I remember how to play quarterback. Yeah. I think he's one of those guys you can just plug in and he's a weapon.
And here we go, underway. Shadow Creek left to right. And they'll call for a fair catch right there at the 20-yard line. That's where Pearland will take over. Jake Sock, pretty good year, 37 of 92 on the year, 6-11 through the air. 9 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Leads this Pearland offense.
He's a pretty highly touted quarterback. Well, he throws the ball a lot. Pearland usually comes out and with the arm ablazing, and then they have to commit themselves to the run a little bit more. I'm really looking forward to watching Darius Hale run.
So Sock is a quarterback. Darius Hale in the backfield. He's got twins to the right side. Single wide out to the near side. He'll hand off to Hale up the middle. He's got a break past the 30-yard line. Stumbles almost to the first down marker. Nice little spin move by Hale. We're underway, just underway here at Freedom Field. Big matchup, Shadow Creek versus Pearland tonight.
And Pearland comes out committed to that inside run like they should.
High formation, Jake Zock will take the snap from the shotgun, flip it out to the right side, incomplete, just past the 40-yard line.
So going after Isaac Sanchez, who's been he's one of the other highly touted receivers. I think he's got an opportunity to play D2, D1 football maybe. And the ball just sailed a little bit on Sock, but I think that's a good choice. You know, Shadow Creek always plays a little bit soft defensively in the backfield. They always play with a little bit of extra room. So I think running those hitches and running those ends and slants and things like that are going to be successful.
Sock checked out, doing a little wildcat action. Kalienko at number 1 taking the snap here. He'll take the snap, he'll roll to his right, looking for the first down marker. He's got it right, he stood up right at the marker and pushed back. We'll see where they move, and they are going to move the chains. Boy, they gave him a generous spot there. It looked like he got stood up right at the line and pushed back.
Shadow Creek's linebackers stayed home there. It was kind of a zone look, and that's the offense they run against all camp, right? That's your home offense is that you run against this zone look, so they know how to read for those holes and try to start feeling what a running back's feeling.
Just underway here, no score. Pearland on their first possession. Sock looking for some room. He's being pressured around to the right side. He's sacked right there at the 30-yard line. Great job by the Sharks defense.
Looks like Thomas Davis on the sack for the
So
Sharks.
You're saying the sack from Sock, or Sock got sacked?
Yeah, see, it all really got tongue-tied.
And going back to that last play, when do you see your leading tackler in the Wildcat at quarterback?
He looked pretty good at running back there. He took it and he doled out some punishment at the end of that run. So 2nd and 16 here, just underway. No score. Sock gave up to Hale up the middle. About a 4 or 5 yard gain, almost up to the original line of scrimmage.
Which is I think it's a good play call because you know you're going to have to come back to a pass play here. And Shadow Creek knows it, but they're also kind of worried about that big gain. That big running, you know that they know that Hale's a good running back and he can burst those inside runs for a lot of yards. So I think it's a good call, and they'll probably try to play off a play action.
So they'll call it 3rd and 12. Sock in at quarterback still. From the shotgun, Hale just to his right. He's got twins to the near side. He'll come in motion, across the jet sweep action. He'll fake the handoff. Sock looking for a place to run, looking for any place at all to run. He gets something out of it. Nice penetration by the Shadow Creek defense, but well short of the first down.
Yeah, Shadow Creek got a lot of penetration there, and it kind of threw off the read for Sock.
That'll force Pearland to punt on their first possession here, and we'll see the Shadow Creek offense come out. C.J. Guidry, a U of H commit, back to return the punt. Blazing speed out of him. He's returned a couple this year. He'll look to get it. He tipped it, and he didn't get a handle on it. And the ball is loose down to the 10-yard line. Pearland picks it up, and they'll rumble in for the score.
Kayvon Sherman picks up the muff punt and falls in the end zone with it.
I think they're going to mark it at the 10 there. No, they're not. It is a touchdown.
As it should be.
Thought they were saying they were going to mark it down for some reason. Like maybe his knee went down. Guidry looking to try to make something big happen on that opening punt return, and just took his eyes off of it. The ball tipped off his hands and then squirted free. And the Oilers were
We
on
have
top
issued
of
a
it.
sideline warning to the Pearland sideline. That is their first warning.
Pearland, the Oilers getting excited over on the far sidelines. They're getting a sideline warning.
They're not calling it a touchdown, but I just watched the replay on the big board, and he never touched the ground. I'm not really sure.
That's what I thought. The referee was out there at the 10-yard line marking it.
Seems like you're right, but the defender who picked up the ball never touched the ground.
So 1st and goal for Pearland on the fumble exchange on the punt. 9:03 to go here in the first quarter, just underway. Sock will hand off to Hale around the right side. He'll get about 5 yards down inside the 5.
And that's one of those things about Hale, man. You watch him on that play. He just comes downhill. He turns it on, lowers his helmet and his shoulder, even though you're not supposed to lower your helmet anymore. Lowers that shoulder and says, I'm going to take a beating from this linebacker and get an extra yard.
He took one little sidestep, found that hole, and took didn't take his time at all. He just hit the hole north-south, as they say. Hale again up the middle, up to the goal line. Looks like he's close, and it's a score. Pearland gets out on top first.
And you know, the result is the same as if they had got the touchdown on the muffed punt. But if they hold them to a field goal or no points at all there, that could be game-changing.
Looks like Hale is off to a good start tonight, running over that right side gap.
If you can
clamp down on that tonight,
if you can emphasize your run game early, your pass game is going to open up.
The extra point is up and is off, doinked off the right side, upright, no good. So that leaves our score 6-0 with 8:31 to go here in the first period. We'll take a break. This is Shadow Creek Shark football on KACC.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and educational goals while saving you money. We're supporting students no matter the situation by being flexible in how we teach, providing financial assistance, and expanding our virtual support services. Experience the difference and make ACC your college right now.
Geiger, Pearland on the fumble exchange on the punt return gets a touchdown out of it eventually, but they missed the extra point, so we're at 6-0. Pearland out on top here, and Shadow Creek looking to make up for that little mistake by Guidry. They'll get the ball first here and try their first possession of the night.
Yeah, David Hale was the entire offense for them the past 2 drives, and he's been really good as a downhill runner.
Thank you. I like that. Evan Geiger. He'll be here all night, folks.
So Shadow Creek set to receive.
Guidry's back to receive the punt or the kickoff this time, and I'm sure he's not going to make a mistake like he did last time. Back there with him, Cullen Morrell. And the kick right to left. Guidry goes right at Guidry. He'll take it to the 5-yard line. Up to the 10. He's got a room around the left side. Up to the 20. Leaps over a defender and down about the 22-yard line. That's where the Sharks will take over.
A little bit of that speed adjustment you see, and it's not that these guys are unfamiliar foes, certainly, but I think there's always, every year there's a recalibration on Shadow Creek's speed because they're going to fight to get outside, and your pursuit angles are now just a little bit deeper.
They certainly got a lot of speed on the wideouts with Guidry and Greg Hancock. We saw Hancock with significant minutes as a sophomore 2 years ago in their run to the title, or the title game. Drones going deep over the middle, trying to hit Hancock just a little bit too far. Well, it's hard to overthrow Hancock. He's got speed to burn, but he did.
And Pearland kind of committed to the 3-man rush there, and that's been really successful for them all year, where they can just rush 3 and keep everybody else in coverage. But, you know, Shadow Creek's offensive line is just a little bit better than most of the teams they've faced. You're going to have to bring somebody else extra.
Drones in the shotgun, call for the snap. He'll give up to Brown. He's decked right there. The Oilers just took him down. About a 3-yard loss in the backfield.
And I wrote in my pregame that if you're going to run a 3-3 or run a 3-4, you're going to have to send somebody. You're going to have to blitz. And the issue of blitzing is against the zone read is that you're going to blitz out of position. You're going to blitz into a mistake. And that time he blitzed exactly where he needed to blitz to make a tackle. So
Kelvin Brown's a great running back, but he's not very big. So if you're going to run up the middle, Gonna have to find a gap. Drones in the shotgun looking for room to roam. He'll roll to his left side. He's got Hancock out there at the 30. He's gone. The 20, the 10, 5 touchdown Sharks. Greg Hancock.
Sorry, David. I think that was actually C.J. Guidry, but he was all alone. And like Tom talked about, they're rushing 3, so you have these speedy receivers out one-on-one in DBs. You got to have safety help.
I don't know who missed the connection, but you can see a couple of Pearland safeties back there talking to each other, trying to figure out who was supposed to cover who. And that's something drones will do, is that you're so convinced that he's about to run, and then you all you sink down onto him.
And the extra point is low, and it will miss. So we're 6-6 to tie. 7:39 to go in the first. We're tied at 6. Pearland and Shadow Creek. We'll take a break. This is Shadow Creek Shark Football on KACC.
Even now, while we're distancing, your body needs to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are ready with advanced technology and imaging to deliver custom treatment plans safely. And our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
A huge thank you to attendance from Shadow Creek and Lake Booster sponsors here tonight. Also, attention Shadow Creek parents and students by your official.
David Cannon along with Tom Lewis and Evan Geiger. Shadow Creek on the board. 80-yard bomb to C.J. Guidry from Drones. And the extra point was missed, so we were tied at 6. So kind of a interesting and exciting first couple of minutes here, guys.
No, we talked a little bit beforehand. I think the big issue is that Pearland has a really good defense, but Shadow Creek's going to make those big plays where they just catch somebody out of position and they happen to make this great athletic play and score on it. And I don't think that Pearland's offense is talented enough to score quickly, and I don't think that they're the kind of offense that can really control the ball for a long time. They're this spread kind of misdirection offense. They're hoping they can score on big plays, and it's not like a straight Jesuit or an Alvin where their whole game plan is we're going to control the ball.
One thing about Shadow Creek, we've seen them the last couple of years. They're a quick strike offense, and once they get on a roll, it's hard to stop them. They'll kick off from left to right. Great defensive coverage there. They'll deck him right there at the 25-yard line. May scored out for a couple extra yards, but they'll probably mark him right there at the 25. The Oilers will take over.
Looked like Xander Winter on that return. He made a huge hit in the backfield on Kelvon Brown in the last defensive possession for them.
So 7:32 to go here in the first period. We are tied at 6. A lot of media coverage here at Freedom Field tonight. A lot of interest in this game. Of course, Shadow Creek has only lost 2 regular season games in their 3rd year in varsity. Only one other game they lost was championship game against Highland Park 2 years ago. Sock will take the snap. He'll fake it. Actually hand off to Hale up the middle. About a 2-yard gain over that right side again.
And Shadow Creek runs this 3-4 kind of defense where the defensive linemen, they kind of own 2 gaps where they punch and they read, and they're the B and the C or the A and the B gap. And it helps them defend against that inside zone like that.
Sock from the shotgun. He'll hand off again to Hale. This time he'll try the left side. Not much there, maybe a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And now you're in kind of this weird position as Pearland because everyone in the building knows that you're going to have to run a play action or a pass here, and so Shadow Creek can kind of commit themselves to playing a little bit of their base defense.
Yeah, call it 3rd and 7, 3rd and long here for Pearland. Sock in the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff to Hale. He's got pressure up the middle, looking for a place to run, and no place to go as the Sharks will bring him down at the 30.
Which is a fine defensive series, a fine offensive series. It's a great defensive series for Shadow Creek, but a fine offensive series. You ran the ball a few times. You kind of got a feel for what Shadow Creek's going to do defensively against you. The issue is that you're going to punt the ball, and there's a really good chance that Shadow Creek's going to bust a big play here and score again.
Yeah, 3rd and long, they're going to pin their ears back and come after the quarterback. They certainly did. Sock had no place to throw it. Great coverage downfield, and they're forced to turn it over here on downs. Like C.J. Guidry back again to receive the punt. They got close to blocking that one. May have gotten a little hand on it. It's off the side of the foot. It'll go out of bounds somewhere around the 47-yard line of Shadow Creek. Actually, even closer to the 45-yard line of Pearland.
It's always a weird scenario if you're going to call a punt block, because if they're punting from their own 30 or 25, you're going to have great field position no matter if you block it or not. You're going to have good field position and get a big play. The big blocking point is going to be if it's on your 35, your 40, where they can really pin you behind the 5, and you can say, hey, worst thing that happens here is we're behind the 5.
4 wideouts for Shadow Creek. Drones calls for the snap. Looking to throw it. He's got pressure. He's rolling out. He's going to throw it on the run downfield into a pile of players. Trying to hit his receiver there at the 20. It's incomplete.
That looked a little more, Tom, like I expected them to do. If you're only rushing 3, you're going to want safety help on Guidry and Hancock, and they had it that time, and that's why Drones had nowhere to throw the ball.
Yeah, I think last thing was just a miscommunication because they're 17, and sometimes you miss communication. And their hope is to catch Kyron Drones out of position, push him out of the pocket, make him throw on the run.
Yeah, the shotgun formation, 2nd and 10 now. He'll hand off to Brown, and Brown again gets slammed and pushed back. Not much room up the middle for Kelvon Brown.
That's Christopher Salinas on the tackle for Pearland. He is in on almost every play, it feels like. Their defensive line is super impressive. They come off the ball, they fire, they fight. They can over pursue a little bit, and they can stunt out of position, but they really come off the ball, and that's the best you can ask for from a high school defensive line.
So 3rd and long for Shadow Creek. Drones in the shotgun. 3rd and 13, he'll call it. He'll look to throw. Got a nice protection in the pocket there. He'll roll to his right, looking for room, and gets run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. No place to throw that one. A little bit of extracurricular activity on the sidelines as Drones thought he got hit a little late out of bounds there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. I think this Pearland defense is doing a good job. They just had that one miscommunication, But they haven't been able to run the ball at all. Kelvon Brown gets the ball, and he's a great running back, but not when he's getting tackled in the backfield.
I think that might maybe one weakness of Shadow Creek. They have a good running game, but they don't have that big bruiser of a running back that can really break the tackles. Kelvon Brown has more or less hit the gap and turn on the jets. So 4th and 10, they'll punt from their own 40-yard line. Nice long line drive. It's going to go out of bounds. They'll mark it at about the 15-yard line. So that's where Pearland will take over again on their maybe 3rd possession, actually, technically.
And this is a good time for Pearland to really try to establish their inside run game and say we're going to milk the clock a little bit here. And play that game against you, because they know that Shadow Creek's due for a big score. And I think you've got to come back with some ISO, some inside run, and just try to take advantage of this 3-4 defense, because at the end of the day, there's 3 down linemen. You've got to be able to run between them.
They've had somewhat good success tonight with Hale over the right side. They'll hand it off again. Now fake the handoff. Actually hand off straight up the middle. As you hear Dominic Cerna this time.
Yeah, he's actually not very far behind David Hale statistically. He's only about 30 yards back. He's averaging 7.5 yards a carry. He got 4 touchdowns, so he's a good player.
So Hale taking a breather here. Cerna comes in. 4:26 to go here in the first period. We're tied at 6.
Run the play action here.
2nd and 9. Got twins to the near side. They'll go in motion. The jet sweep action, but Shadow Creek is not fooled by that. They'll take him down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard loss.
Is that Ryan Williams? It looked like he was the one who made the tackle.
Kennedy Lewis on the jet sweep action for Pearland.
And that Pearland kind of committed to the outside run, man, and they've got defensive ends who are as fast as your receivers.
So 3rd and long again. Pearland again in this 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 9. And the Sharks looking to put pressure on Sock again. Again, it comes in motion. Sock hands off. He'll throw it off into the flat. That's Serta. And he lost a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, Terence Cooks, the linebacker, the senior linebacker, just all over that screen pass.
He's a great linebacker, man. He has a good nose for the football. He just knows where it's going to be. It's, you know, that they talk about these legendary NFL linebackers, Troy Polamalu and people who just knew where the football was going to be. They just had this uncanny sense for it, and he's got that.
Shadow Creek looking to get great field position here. C.J. Goodry to field it at the 50-yard line. Nice high kick. It's going to go short, though, and it's going to bounce at the 40-yard line. Looked like Guidry was trying to get to it. It looked like it bounced off a Pearland player.
Yeah, I think it was Jordan Blaylock, the senior DB. He was locked up in a block, and it bounced off his back. But I think special teams can be something that really impacts this game because you've already seen a muff punt result in a touchdown. You've seen Pearland have a 15-yard punt, and then Shadow Creek have a nice punt. So it could be an impact on this game.
So the Sharks will take over this possession on their own, or the Pearland 43-yard line. Great field position for drones. And the Sharks here.
And, you know, a fun little tidbit is that a lot of the Shadow Creek staff, they all lost district championships to Pearland. So, you know, this is a bear for them.
Drones hands off to Brown. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage, but spun and got about 3 or 4 extra yards out of that.
Yeah, Isaiah Jones hits him in the backfield, but he's able to spin off and get an extra couple yards, like you said.
It's like about a 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6 now. Drones from the shotgun. Twins to the near side. They'll take the handoff again. Brown around the left side was caught right just before the first down marker. That'll come up 3rd and short here.
Dane Johnson on the tackle, man, and it was a pretty impressive open field tackle. You have to hand it to Pearland's defense. They make one-on-one tackles, and that's a big thing with this zone read RPO kind of offense from Shadow Creek is that you're basically trying to make a one-on-one matchup and say my man's better than your man.
Here's a snap. He'll again Brown up the middle to the first down marker and more. They'll move the chains on that one. Kelvin Brown.
Man, he hits that hole so quickly. If he can get out of the backfield with the ball, he just hits the hole hard. It's quick.
Finally getting a little bit of running room for Brown around the left side. And so the right side, they've tried it pretty much all night with no luck. 1st and 10 now. A new set of downs for Drones. Looks to throw the ball. He's trying to get out of the pocket, rolling to his right, looking for a receiver. He'll throw it, trying to hit, looks like Hancock right there at the 20-yard line. And they'll give him the catch.
Well, Drones went to scramble, and he ran into his own lineman, Senard Gonzalez, number 53, and he kind of looked at him mid-play and said, "What are you doing?" He still managed to get out of there and complete it.
Yeah, Drones is one of those guys, you know, when he breaks containment, it's a defense's nightmare because we use the term Houdini about 200 times last year in that undefeated state championship season. And he is just amazing on the run, and he can throw and he can run like crazy.
Ineligible man downfield, number 30 on the offense. He was covered up and then went downfield. 5-yard penalty,
Here, the
still
penalty
first down.
against Shadow Creek, so that play will be negated.
Well, you know, these RPOs, the run pass option kind of offense, those offensive linemen kind of have a run blocking scheme. And so the plan is that the ball's going to get out faster before they can get downfield. But if Drones rolls out, it takes that little bit extra time. The offensive linemen aren't really sure they're downfield.
So 1st and 15, they'll call it from the 35-yard line right out in front of us here. He'll fake the snap to Brown. He'll throw it to his left side. Looks like he's got a receiver right there at the 22-yard line. That's Lawrence Armstrong. Bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, most of their catches are by Hancock and Guidry, but we've seen Armstrong have a couple touchdowns in the other games we've covered. Nice receiver.
And Pearland's still only rushing 3, man. They're perfectly content with leaving everybody else in the backfield, and you're going to have to get more pressure on Drones and keep pushing him out.
I formation. Kelvin Brown dotting the I. A hand up to him. He fumble. The ball is loose. Looks like Pearland got on top of it right there at the 20-yard line. No official call yet, but looked like a bunch of white jerseys right there. And they do.
Wow. Good break for them there. But like you said, yeah, they're running 3 high safeties there. I think they're scared of Guidry and Hancock, and rightfully so.
It looked like the referee was indicating that Pearland got it. He was pumping his fist, but he was pumping the fist in the direction of Pearland. But Shadow Creek,
we have an injury timeout on the field.
Somehow, some way. But Kelvin Brown trying to make a great move at about the 20-yard line. That ball squirted free.
What an interesting issue.
Looks like they had an injury on the far side. They've got the player off now, but the officials timeout. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 here for Shadow Creek. Just 40 seconds and counting here in the first quarter, tied at 6. Shadow Creek threatening here from the snap. Hand off to Brown. Brown on the left side. He's got it. Movement to the 10, to the 5. He'll score. Kelvin Brown breaking a couple of tackles and hitting the end zone.
What did I tell you, man? You give Kelvin Brown some space, and he is dangerous. He is so quick.
He's not very big. So that's one we were talking about. He's only 5. They list him as 5'9", 175. He's only a junior, so he'll be around next year for sure.
Yeah, and Pearland, you know, they kind of created that one-on-one scenario on the outside, and he was able to just scoot right up the sideline.
So here's the extra point. They've been an adventure for both teams tonight. It is up, and it looks good, and it is. So with 27 seconds left in the first period, Shadow Creek out on top 13-6. We'll take a break. This is the home of AISD football, KACC.
At our new South Fork Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, we're going the extra mile to earn your business.
Our salespeople work for you, not commission, so that's why we have lower prices and a better experience.
You can find out the price of any vehicle by calling 1-800-LOW-PRICE.
And we'll give you a warranty for as long as you own your new or pre-owned vehicle with South Fork's lifetime warranty.
Expect to get more at South Fork Dodge on Highway 288, just minutes south of the Beltway.
Call 1-800-LOW-PRICE, SouthForkDodge.com.
Allison getting set to kick off. Number 8, Devion Moses is the big man for Pearland.
With Tom Lewis and Evan Geiger, and we have somewhat of a track meet here, 13-6. Just a couple of ticks left here in the first quarter, 27 seconds in fact. And Shadow Creek just took the lead on a Kelvin Brown touchdown run. They'll kick off left to right, taking it to 20. Nice little seam right there, but closed quick by the black shirts of Shadow Creek.
Senior wide receiver William Foster, one of their better players on offense for Pearland.
Foster, it's Australian for football. Thank you.
He's averaging 25 yards a catch, by the way, guys. 4 touchdowns on 8 catches.
And David's averaging 1 punt a break.
I have a pretty good average, though.
It's a solid average.
Yeah, I think it's 1.2 now.
Batting 1,000.
Yeah, never. 22 seconds here in the first quarter. Pearland, Jake Sock on the shotgun. He'll take the snap, turn the wrong way, or at least the running back was on the wrong way. Looked up all like the ball hit the turf, and Shadow Creek comes out with it. Let's see what the referees say.
Yeah, he turned to hand the ball to the running back, and the running back was gone. And I think he probably had when you say your life flashes before your eyes, I think he went through that, and then he got promptly tackled by a Shadow Creek Shark.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Byron Robeson there, man.
Oh, you call his name.
And that's the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break as they switch ends. Shadow Creek out.
Here tonight we have David Winkley Holmes of Meridiana presenting the Shadow Creek High School Student of the Week to Ella Heston. Ella is a junior and is an outstanding scholar athlete. Academically, her classes are all AP level, and she maintains all A's. While maintaining high academic standards, she is also a member of the Shark volleyball team. After high school, Ella plans to attend Texas Christian University and major in sports broadcasting. Her dream job is to work for ESPN and as a sideline reporter at NFL games. We're proud of you, Ella. Keep up the sharp work. Presenting the award tonight to Ella is Shadow Creek High School Assistant Principals Dr. Monisha Rosby and Turkey on from David Weekly Holmes. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Ella a big round of applause.
Canada, along with Tom Lewis and Evan Geiger. 5A and 6A are still working their way to the playoffs, but the 4A levels and below are already in their playoffs. A couple of scores from last night. Alice defeating Hidalgo 21-14 in 4A1. Number 1 Argyle rolling to 12-0 over North Dallas 79-0. Then Bernie 38-7 over Burnett. Canyon defeating Wichita Falls Hershey 16-0. Paris over Dallas Lincoln 56-26. And Midlothian Heritage, number 6 in the 4A1, defeating River Oaks 70-7. Can't even read my own writing, excuse me.
I think I saw Silsby beat Lamarck like 50-6 or something.
Yeah, the other night for sure. It's 4A's deep in their playoffs, at least starting this weekend. Hand off straight up the middle for Pearland. Cerna, nice little run. He's going to move the chains.
Had a little inside run there, and he got spun around about 3 different times. I don't know if they're trying to tackle him by the jersey or what.
It looked like he was in a Maytag washer there for a second.
Pearland just has to commit to that inside run, man, and the play action and draw off of that. And quit trying to fight to the outside.
So first down for Pearland. Operating from their own 35-yard line. Another nice little run over the right side for Cerna. Up to about the 40-yard line. Hale started out at the running back position, and Cerna has gone since then. We haven't seen Hale in a couple of possessions here.
So you're in a pseudo passing position. I think you could still run the ball here and get into a 3rd and short. But you can also commit to some, a hitch or an out here because Shadow Creek plays pretty soft safety.
Sakas trips to the far side, his left. He'll hand off to Cerna again, and he's decked right there by Terence Cooks and pushed back.
Or you can run the ball right at the Division I linebacker. That is also an option that I did not have on my playbook.
Yeah, it's a big old number 33 right there, and he wasn't going to get past Cooks.
Maybe they should not have had it on their playbook either.
So a little bit more of a shorter 3rd down for Pearland here, 3rd and 5. Instead of they've been living in the 3rd and 7 and long plus range the last couple of possessions. Sock looking over the defense. Shadow Creek look like they want to come, and they do, and tip the ball. The ball's up in the air and hits the turf. That'll force a fumble, or excuse me, force a punt.
This is DeJuan Lewis. Sock dropped back to pass, and DeJuan Lewis came unabated off the edge and just swatted that ball down. He's lucky it wasn't anything worse than that.
Yeah, he tried to do a J.J. Watt on that, jump up there and pull that thing down.
Cousin DeJuan's a pretty good football player.
Yeah, all those Lewis players are always good.
Pretty talented cats.
You can say stuff like that, Tom, but me and David aren't allowed to make puns. I'm not okay with this.
Mr. Geiger counter. So 4th and 5 now. Pearland will be forced to punt again. C.J. Guidry on his own 20-yard line to field the punt. They get it off clean. Little line driver bounce at the 40, and it'll roll all the way to about the 23-yard line. That's where Shadow Creek will take over.
I don't think Guidry wanted any part of that one, Visions of the muff punt dance in his head.
When that ball bounces like that, it's hard to get a hold of. See, last night in 4A2, you're talking about Silsby beating Lamarck 50-6. Navasota, the Rattlers, beating Austin Achieve 72-7. up in Navasota last night.
I know you want to talk about the trash pandas.
Illegal
What is
formation
it, the Frisco
on the offense.
trash pandas?
5 men in the backfield.
The Frisco,
Penalty will be assessed at the end of the run, 5 yards. First down,
There's
Shadow
a minor
Creek.
league baseball team called the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Raccoon mascot in a trash can.
There's a team out of, I think, 2A or 2A, 2 or 3, something like that. They're the Skyrockets. But I don't think they're in flight.
Speaking of, we did find out what the new Iowa Colony High School mascot is going to be.
Big announcement. Let's go.
Are we ready?
Come on.
They're going to be the Iowa Colony Pioneers.
Pioneers?
Wah, wah. That sounds good. So the handoff to Kelvin Brown around the right side, about a 2-3 yard gain.
There's a flag down on the field. I'm assuming it's a hold.
Yeah, I'm sure the Pioneers is going to be a great program starting up. Not this in the coming year, but the year after that, correct?
Yep, year after that.
As we're still building the high school behind us here at the Freedom Field. And we were all pulling for the Iowa Park Hawkeyes.
Or
Iowa Colony
Cyclones.
Hawkeyes or Cyclones.
Anything Iowa related would have been good.
Panthers. Northern Iowa, the Panthers.
Illegal block in the back. Number
NIU?
86 on the offense. 10 yards from the
NIU
previous
is the
spot.
Salukis.
Still first down.
I think there's multiple NIU.
Yeah. Or is that Southern Illinois?
You got Northern Illinois. That's the.
No, Kurt Warner was from like North Iowa or something like that. Somewhere.
I think he's from NIU.
He played for Iowa Barnstormers too. Kyron Drones looking to throw across the middle. Had Greg Hancock right at the 40-yard line. A little miscommunication. He had him and threw it behind him. Hancock was free and clear. It would have been all the way to the end zone if he just led him on the throw.
I think a Pearland defender, maybe, Kelakolio Linton could have picked that off, but I don't think anyone knew where the ball was. It looked like they were all confused.
Either way, whoever caught that would have been 6 either way. There was nobody on that side. That brings up 2nd and 20 now for Drones. And the Sharks, he's got trips to the near side. Comes in motion. Isaiah Harper comes in motion. A lot of pressure. Drones rolling to his right, looking to throw the ball. Throws it deep. He trying to hit Brown out of the backfield. He was double covered, and it falls incomplete.
Linton broke it up there.
Who else?
They've got a cool thing. Shadow Creek has an open gap because Pearland's running kind of this cover 1 high with a true zone underneath. And so that leaves a little bit of space between where the underneath blockers are and where the 1 high guy are. And so if Drones looks to his left and gets the ball and throws it out to that
Illegal forward pass.
streak route on the inside.
Number
or the
1 on the
slant,
offense.
on
He
the
was
inside,
passing
he's
line
got
of
some
scrimmage when he
open
released
space.
the ball.
He just keeps kind of
5-yard penalty.
wiggling his
Lost
way
it
outside
down.
and throwing the deep
Third
ball.
down.
I think that was an illegal procedure. I don't know. It may have been on Kelvin Brown.
It was a legal forward pass is what they call. Loss of down and a 5-yard penalty. So
Well, I noticed they put Kelvin Brown in motion, and he started running prior to the snap, obviously, and he took off, and he's so quick as it is. On that wheel route, he was wide open, but Linton is just such a great player, and he's able to get over there and swat it away.
So speaking of the Iowa Barnstormers, we're playing arena football.
Looks like
that's maybe where I thought of that. 3rd and 22 now. Drones will hand off to Brown. Up the middle. He's got some room. Tripped up right there at the 20, falling to the 25-yard line. Otherwise, he might have had a lot of room to run there.
And truly, that's some of the stuff we saw during the scrimmage and earlier in the season before Drones was out was a lot more of that scary misdirection out of Shadow Creek. And I cannot tell you something I think is more terrifying than a Shadow Creek offense that runs really good misdirection.
That was a delayed handoff to Kelvin Brown, and he actually only got tripped up by his own player, Kenyon Pascal.
Well, the punt, a little bit of a win tonight at the back of the punter. It'll bounce around the 45-yard line, take a nice Shadow Creek roll all the way to the 35. That's where Pearland will start their operation here.
Special teams making a difference. Shadow Creek, they had the bad, muff punt that ended up in a touchdown, and if they don't, it might be a 20-0 game here.
It's a good crowd tonight. Beautiful weather. We'll get into that good weather area of the year with some good Texas high school football weather. And what better place to be at the stadium on a Friday night?
No better place.
8:53 to go here in the second quarter. Shadow Creek nursing a 7-point lead, 13-6. Jake Sock twins to the right side. Near side to us, he'll hand off. Right side, that's Cerna. Around the actually Hale trying to spin right there at the 40-yard line, get pushed back. Almost every black shirt was on top of him, pushing him back there.
And I think that's where we're at with Pearland's offenses. That's a play that should have been 7-8 yards against any other defense in the country, and against Shadow Creek, it's 4 yards.
You got Byron Roberson up in the middle. It's hard to do anything.
Sock in the shotgun. Hale, haven't seen him since the first quarter. He checks back in here. Nice run there. And they'll hand it off to him again, up the middle. Around the left side, looks like he tripped and lost his footing there. No gain on the play.
What do you think, Tom? I think they're going to have to get a little more creative to beat Shadow Creek.
Yeah, they've got to get some quick passes in and commit themselves to those short yardage with the passing game and try to spread Shadow Creek's inside guys out, because their backers have to be out of position for them to get big gains on the run.
Pearland's 3rd and 6 now. Sock will take the shotgun snap, and the flags come out.
Timeout.
But whenever you're
Pearland.
a team that
is their first
enjoyed
charge
a lot
timeout
of
of the
success,
half.
having 6-8 yard downs, you don't think about the big play, and you don't think that a 4-yard pass is a success. And I think it's hard as an offensive coordinator to get into that, because you want to go in.
Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for the Press Box Meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics and tonight's Press Box food sponsor.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and education.
Nice win, 49-14. Sock up the middle, not much there.
Yeah, he found Ryan Williams, 6'5", 270 on the D-line. He wasn't getting away.
And you hear 4th and long now for the Oilers. So they'll punt it away from their own 37-yard line. And once again, the Sharks looking to get good field position here as Guidry goes back to field his punt. One thing you don't want to give Shadow Creek is good field position all night long. You'll be chasing the scoreboard all night long if you do. The punt is nice and high. It is short, though. Coming down around the 40-yard line, take a nice little roll. Guidry gets out of the way. It settles in at the 28-yard line. That's where Shadow Creek will take over.
That was a great roll for Pearland, and we've seen them. That's the best punt they've had so far.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be another short punt. It was high in the air when it landed. Take a really nice Pearland roll.
Put some English on it.
Or some Canadian.
See, David has an entire football league named after him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, what are we? We're
The
chopped liver.
CFL.
You got a counter?
A whole country.
Mike Geiger Counter's retired tonight.
Jones will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff and then give to Brown. Not much there. He's going to lose a couple yards.
Another one of those delayed handoff misdirections they've been running, huh?
Yeah, I'm so thankful my father had some restraint when he named me. He was going to name me Calvin Gary Canada.
I would have named you
It's got Calgary, Canada.
Gotcha.
Our Van with the middle name Coover, and so I'm lucky I got David. So 2nd and 12 for Drones. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He'll throw it into the flat. He's got a receiver, Hancock, at the 40-yard line. Squirts free to the 50. He's going to the house. He's got some Shadow Creek Sharks in front of him. Blocking. Down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Greg Hancock.
What a play. I mean, he found him on a short route, and Hancock just makes the play pretty much all on his own. The blockers help him out, of course, but that's all Hancock there.
Well, it's a great job by Hancock, though. Even though he knows he can outrun most people, he waited for those blockers to give him a caravan down the sidelines. And once he did, he got that opening, and he just took it to the house.
I think he stepped left, dug in, and then everybody else was chasing him, and he said, I'm going to go back right.
The extra point is up, and it is good. So our score now 20-6 with 5:56 to go here in the first half. Shadow Creek jumps out on top. We'll take a break. This is KACC football.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and educational goals while saving you money. We're supporting students no matter the situation by being flexible in how we teach, providing financial assistance, and expanding our virtual support services. Experience the difference and make ACC your college right now.
To hit them, you have to hit them quick.
Shadow Creek keeps running the score up. It's going to be some great momentum going into next week against Dawson,
which is the only loss this Pearland team has. So
and we've seen this Shadow Creek offense get on a roll the last couple of years and just really put away some really strong teams. Like last year, meeting the Hutto Hippos in the second round of the playoffs, looked to be a great matchup. I know, Tom, you did that game, and they just put them away like 63-14. It was just an amazing run for Shadow Creek last year. They'll kick off from right to left. Pick it up right there at the 10. Past the 20. Up to the 30-yard line. A little bit of room all the way up to the 40-yard line. Pearland returns it. Nice little return to put the Oilers in good shape here at the 40.
Yeah, that was Devion Moses, another one of their good DBs.
But there is a flag down. I don't see it anywhere, but they said it was a flag.
Can't remember where he has offers from, Davion Moses.
Where's Linton got offers from?
I have to look. I didn't write it down.
He's one of their best players. I would assume if anybody has offers, it's going to be him.
The flag appears to be at the 40-yard line. We'll see what that's about.
He looks like one of those studs, you see. Like you look back at, college football, you see guys like Jabril Peppers at Michigan who get the ball occasionally on offense, who, they're the kick returner, they're the stud on defense. That's what he reminds me of watching him play.
So last night in 2A1, another team with local ties, just probably because I like their beer. Shiner, 72-12. They're number one in 2A1, going to 10-0. So they're on a roll as well.
There are 2 fouls on the play. offsides on the kicking team. Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, number 43 on the kicking team. Both fouls will be assessed from the end of the run, a 5-yarder and a 15-yarder. First down, Pearland.
It's 4 games.
You know, David, I hope we get a close game tonight because we haven't had much luck. We thought we were going to get one last night, and that did not work out for us.
Yeah, Evan and I were doing the Clear Falls and Clear Creek game last night. Clear Falls came to play, and I think Clear Creek didn't. Falls just crushed Clear Creek 49-7. That's a tight division down there as well, 24-6A. They have a great game going on tonight at Challenger Columbia. Clear Springs and Dickinson, the Gators, doing well in that division. He'll hand off to Cerna around the left side. About a 3-yard gain. Bring up second down.
We have an injury timeout.
We'll try to keep you updated with the big game going on across town here in AISD. Number 5 Foster at number 6 Manville. Manville, the home team over at Alvin Memorial tonight. A big game in 5A Division 1. Hand off to Cerna around the left side again. Again, about 2 yards before Shadow Creek shuts it down.
That's DeJuan Lewis again, Tom's cousin.
And Cerna, a little bit of a limp. He's going to check out. And Hale checks back in here.
They have a good 1-2 punch there with their running backs, but this defense for Shadow Creek is so good. And the more I watch this, I can see how much DeJuan Lewis and Tom look alike.
So 3rd and 3. They'll take the snap, hand off to Hale up the middle, up to the first down marker and push back. It looks like the ball was loose. The Sharks are diving all over. They say they have it. We'll see what the officials say. They say they have it too. Fumble, Shadow Creek will recover. So Hale puts the ball in the turf, and the Sharks, Johnny on the spot to pick it up.
I think Pearland is going to need a stop here on defense.
They're going to need a big stop here.
4:43 to go. Still plenty of time here in the second quarter. The Sharks already out by 14.
If you're an optimist, you say, hey, we have our defense on their side of the field. We have an opportunity to get a pick 6.
The glass is half empty, Tom. Let's be honest.
So with 4:43 to go, Drones brings his guys out. He'll take the snap from the shotgun, looking to throw it, looking to strike early. He'll throw it over the middle. He's got the receiver right there. That's Lawrence Armstrong.
Isaiah Jones comes across the middle and hits Armstrong hard, but what a play by Armstrong to hang on to that.
He's kind of walking sideways. Looks like he wants to come off the field here. That was a hard hit. Right at the first down marker.
They're going to call it incomplete. I thought he had it, but I guess he just fell on top of it.
That was one of my pregame notes was that, you know, Pearland's defense plays aggressive. And sometimes they're out of position, but they always come down to hit hard.
Jones takes the snap. He'll give him to Brown, and he's immediately swallowed right there at the line of scrimmage and pushed back a little bit. So no go there for Calvin Brown.
This Pearland defense has a lot of talent on it. I mean, you see Dane Johnson, Isaiah Jones, Keela Colio Linton, very good players.
So now 3rd and 10 for the Sharks here. Still 4:11 to work with here in the second quarter, and they lead 20-6.
The biggest thing is that a great defense can't overcome 3 and outs. They eventually there's just too many reps.
Hancock in motion. Drones looking to throw the ball. Pocket collapsing. He'll roll to his right. He's dangerous on the roll. He's around the corner. He hits the corner, but not enough for the first down. Maybe a 2-yard gain. Great job by containment there. And the flags come up. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving on the far sidelines as Drones was kind of pushed into the Pearland bench. Referees having to separate the players.
Oh, man, the Shadow Creek coaches all ran over there. They instructed their players to stay where they were.
Yeah, something happened on that sideline when Drones are on that right side, pushed into the Pearland bench. Didn't see any punches thrown, but there were a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of angry words going back and forth for sure. So a little bit of a bad blood here between these crosstown rivals.
Well, the weird part, that a lot of us all grew up together between Shadow Creek coaches and Pearland coaches. So, there's a lot of mutual respect. And before the game, you saw all those coaches hanging out together on the field, talking about their respective seasons. And so, it's a weird place to be.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of tension coming into this game. I mean, it's an important game on both sides. Shadow Creek trying to make their statement in 6A as their first year as they moved up into the 6A rankings. Pearland being, every year I've been involved in the ISD football, Pearland has been a strong program over there. So we knew this was going to be a tough matchup coming into tonight.
Yeah, Tom, the coaches, they have a lot of respect for each other, but the players, you're out on the field, you're pushing and shoving. It's a physical sport. I can definitely imagine a scenario where the coaches are all buddy-buddy, but the players are not.
Earlier, Drones was driven out on the Shadow Creek side. There were some words said.
There are offsetting fouls on the play. Unsportsmanlike on the entire Shadow Creek bench. Unsportsmanlike on the entire Pearland bench. Any further unsportsmanlike by any player will result in an automatic ejection. 4th down, going this way.
So the referee's taking control right here. As you heard, I don't think I've ever heard a penalty on the entire bench on both sides.
But Shadow Creek's bench never left the sideline. Their coaches instructed them not to even step onto the field. So to give it on their bench is kind of strange.
I think
it's just to establish next that sportsmanlike is an ejection.
Exactly. Trying to take control of the game before it gets out of hand. There's been a little bit of pushing and shoving, extracurricular activity. I can't even say that. And they go for the punt block. They don't get to it. It'll roll to the 35-yard line. It's picked up right there and brought down just right there on the sidelines again.
You notice Kilikolio Linton almost blocks the punt. I mean, he comes off the edge like a man on a mission and almost gets to it.
Yeah, he was just a couple inches off the foot there.
Well, if you have that play in your playbook that gives you a score, that double reverse, whatever it is, now's the time to go ahead and pull that out so you can hopefully go into halftime on 1 or 2 scores behind.
Hook and ladder, I'm calling it.
Remember, Pearland lost the opening toss, so Shadow Creek will come out with the ball first. So 3:37 to work with here. Sock rolls out to his right, looking for a receiver over the middle. He had a receiver right there at the 45-yard line, and it was dropped. Tried to hit William Foster.
Yeah, he was looking for Foster. He's averaged 25 yards, a catch, and 4 touchdowns. He's definitely one of their best receivers.
It's the first time we've seen Pearland roll Sock out on a design rollout.
And you could tell he was a little discomforted by it because he never really settled his feet and got the ball out. He just kind of threw it like a shortstop to first base.
It's a well-designed play, though.
2nd and 10. They'll take the snap. Give up to Cerna, fighting for yardage up to the 45-yard line. They'll settle around the 46-yard line, a gain of about 4.
And Shadow Creek's so confident in their coverage right now. They're not really biting on the pass fake after the handoff.
So down to 3:12 and counting here. Shadow Creek nursing a 20-6 lead. Here we are, Pearland again in a 3rd and sort of long yards here, 3rd and 6. They sort of lived in that neighborhood all night so far.
It's not a good place to be versus Shadow Creek.
I'll take the snap, hand off straight up the middle. Against Cerna, not much there. And a force 4th down here.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 40 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
40 says what?
3rd down.
I don't think he agrees with the penalty there.
Well, 3rd and 11, almost a halftime. Let's see your best pass play.
Right, 3rd and 9 here.
It was 3rd and 6. 3-yard all false start penalty.
Yeah, that is interesting. So again, 3rd and long for Pearland. Sock will take the snap, look to throw the ball. He'll throw it out in the flat to Cerna. Cerna gathered it in, but just fell right there. We did see a little bit of rain in the lights earlier, so we may have a little bit of a slick turf. That's the 2nd time Cerna has lost his footing there.
You talk about the weather, you know, Shadow Creek was a little worried about Darius Hale, but I think we were all worried about the chance of hail for this game.
Got an unofficial report from across town. Manville 24, Foster 7.
Around the whole time I got.
Haven't confirmed that yet.
The clock should not have stopped. It should have been running.
On a website, one of the
Please
fans,
set the clock to 1 minute and 51 seconds.
We'll try to
and start on my whistle.
Confirm that. The report was 24-7. Manville out on top.
Ooh, I like that.
Like I said, we'll have to confirm that here as I get my internet to work.
I'd like to see Shadow Creek and Manville keep rolling.
Thank you.
So here we go, 4th and 12 now. They're going to force it punted away here. Just 1:42 to go in the first half. Low line drive kick. It'll be bounced right into Guidry's hands there, trying to make something happen to the 25 up to about the 30-yard line. And so there's no official report that I can find, but I do find, again, just a couple of minutes ago at 7:57 p.m., a report from a fan at the game reporting Manville up on top 24-7 over Foster. So we'll try to lock that down and get an official report for you. But if that's the case, Manville doing a good job tonight against number 5 Foster.
What do you see for it, Tom? Do you see the score for that game on Dave Campbell?
24-14, Manville up over Foster with 4:32 left in the second quarter.
So Manville doing a great job tonight. Drones firing it deep and it's out of bounds. He was trying to hit, who's that, number 9, Javion Anderson.
Looked like a bit of a discombobulation on the play there. I thought they were going to give them a free play, but looked like a bit of an offsides or a false start. But
it's a great matchup across town at Alvin Memorial. Manville, the home team there, hosting the Foster Falcons and leading 24-14. Here we have a 20-6 lead. Shadow Creek out on top. Drones looking to throw the ball. A lot of pressure. He'll roll to his right. He'll be dropped right there at the 25-yard line. About a 5-yard loss.
Sizeal Jones, he's all over the place, man.
Timeout. Pearland.
Great.
That is their second charge timeout of the half.
Defense there. Not too many defenses can drag Drones down from behind, but they managed to do it there.
He came off on that cornerback blitz hot. He was running full speed, and Drones was just getting started.
Yeah, Drones is, I mean, he really kind of reminds me of Vince Young.
Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for their Press Box Meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics, and tonight's Press Box food sponsor.
Did 3-0 in district. Pearland right above them at 4-1. But the top dog, Pearland Dawson, sitting undefeated this year, number 19 in state, 7-0 overall, 5-0 in district 23-6A. And next week we've got a great game for you. Those Pearland Dawson Eagles right here against the Shadow Creek Sharks, and that most undoubtedly will be for the district title. If Pearland loses tonight and Shadow Creek wins, Kelvin Brown around the left side to the 40, up to the 45-yard line, enough for the first down.
And you saw Pearland there kind of stunt their defensive line right out of the hole. And the defensive end who would have been right hanging out in the C gap, he ended up over in the opposite A gap.
A nice 26-yard run by Kelvin Brown.
So Shadow Creek looking to put some points on the board here with 1:05 to go in the first half. They do get the ball coming out in the second half, so they can really put some distance over the Oilers right here. From the shotgun, Drones rolls back, under pressure, rolls to his left, looking to get some yardage, and he slips to the turf as well. Again, looking up at the lights, there's no rain or anything coming down, but it was raining a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think Drones was disrupted there by Mari Deason. Big guy there in the middle. Moving quick, though.
It looks like they've got Xander Winter, the linebacker for Pearland, on a kind of QB spy action, following Drones everywhere he goes.
So with 35 seconds, they'll take the snap. Kelvin Brown reverses direction straight up the middle. Not much there. Maybe a yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
With 3 timeouts, you thought they might try to go down and score, but I guess they're content with their 14-point lead and going into half.
Yeah, time's ticking away. 15 seconds and running here. 25 on the play clock. It's even stopped because of the time.
They're
not in a hurry here.
I don't think they're going to run another play.
At 5, 4, 3, and we're going to go to halftime here. And we do.
Halftime.
That's the horn for halftime. 20-6 is our halftime score. Shadow Creek out on top. We'll take a break and come back and talk about the first half and set up the second half. This is it. Shadow Creek Shark football on KACC.
Good evening. The faculty, staff, and students of Shadow Creek High School welcome you to the 2020 SCHS Homecoming Game. We are thrilled to announce this year's Homecoming Court. Our first nominee of Homecoming King is Jalen Walker, son of Carl and Yolanda Walker. Jalen is a member of the varsity mixed choir, where he holds an officer position, varsity baseball, JSA club, and NHS. He would like to attend the University of Texas and become a criminal attorney. Our first nominee for Homecoming Queen is Bailey Moon, daughter of Ronald and Pamela Moon. Bailey is a student athletic trainer and part of the yearbook staff. Bailey would like to attend Texas Women's University and plans on being a physical therapist. Next, we have Jalen Lynn, son of Jocelyn Harris. Jalen plays varsity football. He hopes to attend UNLV, where he plans to major in business administration and eventually open his own athletic training facility. April Gabriel is next, daughter of Heather Gabriel. April participates in soccer, clinicals, HOSA, and student council. She would like to attend Baylor University and become an orthopedic doctor. Kyron Drones is the next nominee for Homecoming King, son of Kevin and Olinka Drones. Kyron plays varsity football and basketball. He also serves on the Superintendent Advisory Committee. Kyron plans on attending Baylor University and hopes to become a professional football player. Our next nominee is Emma Burke, daughter of Ann and John Burke. Emma competes in varsity swimming and Pearland Aquatic Club swimming. She is also a member of the NHS and City. Emma is committed to swim at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and plans on becoming an attorney. Brian Lee, son of Trang Hong and Long Lee. Brian participates in SCHS's Line Dancing Club. He plans on attending the University of Houston and wants to be a marine biologist. Up next is Grace Marshburn, daughter of Tom and Ann Marshburn. Grace participates in band, NHS, NAHS, and Junior Symphony. She hopes to attend Brown University and would like to become an animator for Pixar Animation Studios. Daniel Garcia, son of Jose and Charito Garcia. Daniel participates in band, TSA, and NHS. He wants to attend UT Austin and study mechanical engineering. And finally, our final nominee for Homecoming Queen is Halen Nguyen, daughter of Hong and Tot Nguyen. Halen is a member of the SCHS band and TSA. She plans on attending the University of Houston and would like to pursue a career in diagnostics, medical sonography. Let's have a round of applause for our entire court and nominees.
And now, the Shadow Creek High School 2020 Homecoming King is Kyron Jones. And our 2020 Homecoming Queen is Bailey Moon. Thank you for coming out tonight and being a part of our homecoming celebration. Fins Up Creek. And now, please join me in welcoming the dazzling gems of Shadow Creek, the award-winning Sapphires Dance Team. The 2020-2021 dance officers are Lieutenant Aliana Ocampo, Lieutenant Elisa Eli, Lieutenant Trinity Grace, Lieutenant Colonel Naomi Orion, Lieutenant Colonel Blake Holmes, and Colonel Lisa Paula Skaya. The Sapphire Social Officers are Historian Michelle Caldwell, Vice President Mega Rajid, President Mia Robinson. Our Dancer of the Week is Jasmine Love, Leader of the Week Bailey Johnson, and our Spirit Girl of the Week is Elisa Eli. And now, the Sapphires will entertain you with their dynamic palm to mic drop. Prepare to be dazzled as the Sapphires illuminate the field. And now, join us in welcoming the award-winning Shadow Creek High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of drum majors Jehan Ozoa and Jessica Sala. The Shadow Creek High School Band is proud to present Land of a Thousand Dances. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our performance of Land of a Thousand. Let's hear it one more time for our Shadow Creek Band. The band is under the direction of Josh Mooney, Diana Garcia, Fred Patrick, Cody Holmes, and Devin Greenwood. The Shadow Creek Band is a two-time area marching contest finalist, a two-time state honor band finalist, and a three-time color guard finalist. The band would like to send a huge shout out to our incredible band parents. Thank you for everything you do. Go Sharks!
scores from around the area tonight. Clements Rangers beating Kipner 14-0 at halftime. Number 19 ranked Nelson Eagles 45, Alsic Rams 0. Madison Marlins took 27-16 just a few seconds before halftime. Dickinson currently trailing the Clear Springs Chargers 33-27 at halftime. 5 Holland Campo, Marshburn 49, Yates Lions 0. Hightower up 15-14 over Terry. That just a few moments before the halftime break. Number 5 Foster Falcons trailing halftime to the Vanderbilt Mavericks 31-21. Sterling Raiders 66, 32 final last evening. Clear Falls 49, Clear Creek 7. That's all the scores we have at the halftime break. At the third quarter mark, 10:50 to go in the third quarter. Straight Jasmine up 41-0 over Alvin. Welcome back for the second half, your Shadow Creek Sharks.
in the mouth. And you could tell Highland Park was worried about that game. Shadow Creek was right in it, gave them everything they could. Came up short at the end, but yeah, I've seen it over and over and over again. Even Denton Ryan last year came in on a high, defeated Highland Park on the way to Shadow Creek. And then Shadow Creek comes out on top and really leads most of that game. Denton had to come back at the end, almost came all the way back, but you know, they've really caught all these teams off guard with that speed, both offense and defense.
I think it's going to be tough for Pearland to come back, because even if they have a really great game plan and they really get some momentum going, you know, you can have a nice 13-play, 75-yard drive and score a touchdown, and you make one mistake and you give up a one-play, 80-yard touchdown to Hancock or Guidry or Kelvin Brown. And
at our new South Fork Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, we're going the extra mile to earn your business.
Our salespeople work for you, not commission, so that's why we have lower prices and a better experience.
You can find out the price of any vehicle by calling 1-800-LOW-PRICE.
And we'll give you a warranty for as long as you own your newer pre-owned vehicle with South Fork's lifetime warranty.
Expect to get more at South Fork Dodge on Highway 288, just minutes south of the Beltway.
Call 1-800-LOW-PRICE, SouthForkDodge.com.
Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for the Press Box Meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics, and tonight's Press Box food sponsor.
You cannot.
So we're here just about ready for the start of the second half. Again, Shadow Creek won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball first. So yeah, here's Pearland trailing only by 14 and having to defend this Shadow Creek offense right from the gun here in the second half. And if Pearland can't stop Shadow Creek on this first drive, they're really going to be looking up against a big deficit. We'll take a break, getting ready for the second half. This is Pearland and Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek out on top 20-6. This is KACC football.
Getting set to kick off for Pearland. CJ Guidry, the defense to receive.
Field, David Cannon along with Tom Lewis and Evan Geiger, and we are just about underway in the second half, and the kick goes from right to left, and we are underway. Shadow Creek will take the kick at the 10-yard line up to the 20. Got a little bit of room right there up to the 35, all the way out to the 40-yard line. CJ Guidry, nice little return to the 40, and that's where Shadow Creek will take over on their first possession of the second half.
That was a great return by Guidry, but I thought he was taking it to the house. I mean, they parted that middle like the Red Sea. He had all day.
That's solid field position for Shadow Creek. So, and I think if Shadow Creek goes in and scores, it's going to be not the nail in the coffin for Pearland unless they make some sort of Disney movie comeback.
Well, I didn't see Mickey Mouse on the way in, so I'm not sure if Disney's here or not, but everybody else is in the media. Shadow Creek will start their possession here in the second half. Gives up to Kelvin Brown. Boy, he almost broke that one as he spun around at the 40. He had a lot of room in front of him.
That was a great tackle by Kayvon Sherman to catch up to him and sling him down, but man, another step and he is gone.
Kelvin Brown pounding the turf, knowing he had a seam right there. Just 3 yards in a cloud of field turf. 2nd and 7 now. Drones with the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Flag comes in from the near side. Drones rolling out to his left. Nowhere to throw it. He'll be brought down at the 42-yard line, but we'll see what the flag's about.
I think that's going to be a hold on the offensive line.
Yeah, comes in from the near sidelines, about the line of scrimmage, so tends to be maybe an offensive foul here. The referee has a little trouble with his
Offsides.
microphone.
Number 25 in the defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
Neutral zone
Repeat
infraction
second
against
down.
Pearland. And that'll move the ball up 5 yards here.
I thought it was going to be a hold because I saw 72 and 76, the left tackle and left guard, just take one of the D linemen to the ground with them.
They'll move it over to the right hash mark, a 2nd and 2 here. Just underway in the second half. Pearland trailing Shadow Creek 20-6. And Shadow Creek on the march, hand off to Kelvin Brown. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage again. It's been some tough running for Kelvin Brown. He's found a few seams here and there, but Pearland's pretty much bottled him up most of the night.
And it's really impressive that Pearland can stop their run game, truly only rushing 3 or 4 at a time. You know, their linebackers are back in coverage on those draws, and it's really awesome what Pearland's defense is going to do. You just hope their offense can fire it up the second half.
So 3rd and 3 here. He'll take the snap. Drone's trying to take it himself around the right side. He's undercut right there. A loss of yards as the Pearland defense comes in. Great penetration by the Oilers on that play.
Yeah, Isaiah Jones back there again. I mean, he's been in the backfield all night. And I agree with you, Tom. This defense has been really impressive. And honestly, they're the only reason this game isn't even worse.
So that's what Pearland needed right there to stem the tide a little bit. Keep Shadow Creek from getting on a roll early in the third quarter here. And they'll get the ball back and try to get some points on the board here against this Shadow Creek defense. A punt from their own 30-yard line. It's a nice little punt all the way out to about the 30 on the other side. It takes a nice little bounce and like a 9-iron. It sits right there at the 30, and that's where Pearland will take over. So with 9:40 to go here in the third quarter, our lead still 20-6. Shadow Creek out on top. Asak will bring his offensive guys out. Hopefully they've made some adjustments at halftime, but really as a coaching staff, it's hard to make adjustments against this kind of defense. You just don't know what to do with the speed and the aggression they have.
Yeah, if you've got a halftime speech, it was time to give it about 5 minutes ago.
Win one for the Gipper. 9:40 to go here in the third quarter. Sock in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, throw it to his right side. He's got a receiver at the 35, and the Pearland Oilers only get a couple extra yards off of that as the Sharks will converge.
And I think those are going to be successful for Pearland's offense. Those short little hitches and ins and outs, you know, and then you can hit that tight end for a streak. You know, Shadow Creek kind of hangs in this 3-4. They run a lot of man, and occasionally they cover one thing. I think you have room for that streak from the tight end.
2nd and 3, they'll take the snap. Give it up to Cerna. Cerna gets stopped at one point. It keeps the wheels a-turning, trying for that first down marker. He gets it, bashes past it, and that's a first down for Pearland. Great run by Cerna.
Yeah, I agree with your earlier assertion of him where he's looking like a Maytag washing machine, spinning around and around and around. It's impressive to what he's doing.
Yeah, boy, he was hit by about 4 or 5 Sharks and never gave up, kept the wheels turning, and ended up getting the first down marker on not second effort, but third or fourth effort.
I got dizzy watching it.
8:43 and counting here in the third quarter. Pearland trying to mount a comeback. 20-6 they trail right now. The handoff to the right side. A little jet sweep action around the right side. Not much there. Handed off to Kennedy Lewis.
You're just not going to beat them outside, and they're not going to. They know they don't have to adjust their defense to beat you outside. And that's the frustrating part with that play call, is that it's not going to draw their linebackers out. In traditional defense, it's going to draw their linebackers out a little bit, try to make the adjustments, but they know their inside linebacker can beat your running back to the outside.
It's only a 1-yard gain for Lewis on that. 2nd and 9. Sock will take the snap from the shotgun. He'll throw it out the flat. He's got a receiver at the 35-yard line, 45-yard line, and brought down right there. Great job by Jaden Scott on the stop, but that moves the chains for the Oilers.
Yeah, that's Foster there with their best receiver.
Foster got absolutely nailed right there.
He was leveled for sure.
Now you need that Manning Brady route with the tight end.
So Pearland trying to put together a little drive here. Hand off to Serta around the right side. Shakes off one tackler, shakes off another, and brought down by the Sharks with about a 3-yard gain.
Your boy DeJuan Lewis come flying off the edge. It looked like he overran him. He was going too fast.
I often have that problem. Just going a little too fast.
Is it the bald head that makes you aerodynamic?
Aerodynamic.
I knew it.
And hydrodynamic.
Systematic as well. Sounds like grease lightning to me. So 7:08 to go. Pearland will take the snap. Sock shakes off a tackler, throws it deep, and it falls incomplete.
There's a flag in the backfield, though.
Yeah, I didn't see which Shark was right there on top of Sock. Sock shook him off. On the attempted sack, was able to throw it deep, incomplete.
Impressive for him to just get that ball away.
Offside.
Corral on the breakup.
Number 20
downfield.
on the defense. Lined up in the neutral zone to snap.
So it's
5-yard
gonna be
penalty. Repeat second down.
Lined up in the neutral zone against the Sharks. A 5-yard penalty will push them up to second and 3, it looks like.
Well, now you're free to air the ball out a little bit, but you just aired the ball out. So what do you call?
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Fly again.
All right.
Sock getting the play from the sidelines. They'll call it 2nd and 3. 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top. He'll take the snap from the shotgun, fake the handoff, looking to throw deep again. He's got the receiver out there, but not long enough. They'll try to hit Foster down the sidelines, and well covered by Shadow Creek.
Yeah, he just threw that one up, and he's lucky Jalen Emery, number 7, didn't pick that off because he was the closest one to it.
Almost like Emery was just going to try to keep him or impede his progress from getting to the ball, as it was well overthrown. That brings up a 3rd and 3. Certainly a manageable 3rd down. They've been living in the 3rd and long territory most of the first half. They'll take the snap. Lewis in motion. Hand up to Hale. Hale gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. He may get 1 yard out of it, bring up 4th down. Great job by the Sharks to stop that one.
And if I was Pearland, I'd go ahead and go for it. What's the worst that happens? They get the ball on the 35?
Yeah, 4th and 1. Yeah, you got to go for that.
Yeah, in fact, if they don't make it, that would be kind of bad field position for Shadow Creek, because they've had great field position most of the first half. This is like one of those no man zone here. It's too long for a field goal. It's almost too short for a punt. So 4th and 2, they will go for it. Sock in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Almost runs into Serta. He'll take it himself. He'll get the first down straight up the middle on a quarterback keeper.
He almost ran into Serta. I don't know. They didn't mean to clip each other that much, so he's lucky he got the first down.
Yeah, they bumped shoulders there. It almost looked like Serta was supposed to get the ball. They had a little bit of a miscommunication earlier.
It was actually Keelakolio Linton, the star DB, who had that keeper. We thought it was Sock, I think, but no, it was.
No, you're right. I mean, we saw him earlier in a wildcat formation, so to speak.
He's electrifying out there, man.
Playing defense and offense. He stays in at the quarterback slot. He'll take the snap and he'll roll out himself, trying to find some room, and the Sharks shut it down right there.
And 5 defenders there.
It's never a good sign when the Pearland offensive line is just watching a bunch of defensive linemen tackle your running back.
Yeah, I mean, I've been amazed over the last 2 years of the speed and tenacity of the defense for Shadow Creek. And they really lost a lot of players from last year to this year, but it seems like they just reload with players on both offense and defense. 2nd and 11 now. Sock is back in at quarterback. He gets rocked there, but he completes the pass past the 30-yard line down to about the 26-yard line. Not enough for a first down. That'll bring up about 3rd and 4.
Felt like the whistle was a little early.
I think they called him down when he caught it. I don't know if his knee was down, you know. Jalen Emery put a big hit on him.
He kind of picked him up and suplexed him to the ground. And
that's what it looked like to me, too.
Every coach on the field right now is an Alvin grad.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 99 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Got rocked right there as he was letting the ball go. And they're going to call a roughing the passer penalty. And that is a big, huge break for the Pearland Oilers as they'll move down close to the goal line here.
I guess
they'll mark it at the 15.
I guess the defender for Shadow Creek was a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Yeah, he did come in with the arm trying to block that. And I think he got the big mitt to the helmet area. A great job by Sock just to get that ball off and complete it. So 1st and 10 for the 15. The Oilers on the march here. Sock will take the snap, give it up to Cerna at the right side. He'll push forward down to about the 10. So that 1-2 punch of Cerna and Hale tonight has really been about the only offensive production for Pearland.
That's most of their offensive production for this season.
Yeah, certainly on the page. On the page when you look at the numbers, they haven't had those big offensive numbers that Shadow Creek's had all season.
4:03 to go. 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top. Hand up to Cerna. He's rocked, and he'll be brought down with a very short gain.
Yeah, I think Cerna and Hale are both around the 500-yard marker coming into this game, and they have about 6 or 7 touchdowns in between them, so they're both pretty good, and they interchange out well.
Cerna got rocked about 3 or 4 times by a few Sharks there.
He's looked like a pinball for sure. I mean, he's got hit hard almost on every run. He's bouncing off, getting a couple more yards.
Yeah, I think he's going to spend a lot of time in the jacuzzi tomorrow. We've got to hurt after this game. He's a tough runner with some tough yardage tonight. 3:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Our score 20-6. Shadow Creek still out on top. Pearland trying to change that. A 3rd and 6 from the 11 of Shadow Creek. Sock with the shotgun. And there was some early movement on that left side of the line for Pearland.
Prior to the snap,
Tom, you a ice bath or a jacuzzi type of
number
guy?
68 on the offense.
After a
5-yard
game.
penalty. Still 3rd down.
Watching or playing?
After he's played, and he was a fullback.
Ice,
okay.
Ice.
I think there's 2 different type of people there.
So I can't spell it, but I'd rather have a jacuzzi. 3rd and 6. Sock in the shotgun. Cerna's back there with him. He'll throw it into the end zone, looking to get number 15 down in the corner there. That's Foster. It'll fall incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down.
They were trying to catch a neutral zone infraction, but they didn't get the call.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
That'll bring up 4th down, excuse me.
You kicking it here, Tom, or are you going for it if you're the coach?
I kick it. Still a 3rd quarter.
4th and 11 from the 15-yard line. That's a long. We call it 4th and 10 now.
If I can't get back into the end zone, then I was supposed to lose this football game. So let's kick it now, take some points, and recalibrate.
So it'll be about a 32-yard field goal from here. A little bit of wind from the behind. He'll get it up. Looks like it's wide left. And it is. It's wide left. So Pearland with nothing to show for that nice drive. We'll take a break. 2:44 to go here in the 3rd period. Shadow Creek still out on top 20-6. This is AISD football on KACC.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and educational goals while saving you money. We're supporting students no matter the situation by being flexible in how we teach, providing financial assistance, and expanding our virtual support services. Experience the difference and make ACC your college right now.
Pass intended for Grant Papa falling complete. Littendale on the coverage that time. 4. Pearland.
On the first play of this drive for Shadow Creek, incomplete pass as drones try to hit Hancock over the middle. 2nd and 10 now. Ball on their own 20-yard line. Shadow Creek with their 2nd possession here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, that was well defended by Keela Linton. Who else,
Drones in the shotgun. A little confusion. They switched Brown from left to right. They'll fake the handoff. They're looking to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted and dropped right in the hands of the defender at the 35-yard line, and the ball hits the turf.
Isiel Jones, he's been all over the place, and if he comes up with that one, I mean, he further cements it's a great game.
The drones look like he's trying to force one in somewhere. So bring up a 3rd and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Pearland will make some changes real quick here. 2:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Drones calling for the ball. But they're going to make some changes here, not liking what they see on the defense. Play clock down to 11. Drones will take the snap up to middle to Kelvon Brown, up to about the 25, but it's only about a 5-yard gain. Maybe that was Dylan Campbell.
Bit of a conservative call there to just say, okay, we're just going to punt it away.
Kind of interesting, and Pearland's still stunning themselves right out of the play, man.
Is a Pearland player injured, or?
We have an injury timeout on the field.
Maybe a cramp, or he was standing over there, and all of a sudden he just flopped back like he took the Nestea plunge, and so don't know if it's a cramp or just all of a sudden something started hurting there, but they'll attend to him. It's 20-6 here, and this Shadow Creek offense really hasn't looked that good in the second half here. Pearland's defense is really standing up against them.
No, they've done a great job, and they've really kept them in this game because their offense has been able to manage pretty much nothing.
And not many times you see this offense slow down, even in their 2-year playoff run. There weren't too many games we did, except maybe Foster in the last couple of years, that really throttled this offense at all. So they'll be punting away from their own 10-yard line with 1:53 to go here in the 3rd. Still nursing a 20-6 lead. Almost blocked there. The ball gets out to the 40, trickles down to the 35-yard line where he'll pick it up, spinning, trying to make something happen, and too many Sharks to handle right there. Number 21, Isiel Jones, trying to make something happen for Pearland.
You see these defensive players for them are really the stars. Kilikoliolin again almost blocking a punt, and then Isiel Jones shakes off 3 guys until he gets hit by another 6 or 7 at the same time. Nothing he could do there.
Got another player this time for Shadow Creek down, but again, great game across town. We're trying to get an update. A lot of media here, so the internet's a little bit
they're eating
slowed
up the
down by
bandwidth.
traffic. That's what I'm trying to say. Last time we checked, Manville led Foster 24-14 near halftime. That's a huge matchup. Foster number 5 in the state of the 5A1. Manville right behind him at number 6.
35-21, Tom?
It is 45-21 Manville.
Yowza.
Dang. Whew, that's impressive for Manville. Foster's a good team.
With 7:46 left in the 3rd quarter.
No, we've seen some great things out of Manville this year. Gabriel Larry, a quarterback. They're 1-2 punch and running backs, and they have looked really solid.
Ty Harris and DeMonte Seymour, every time we watch them, it's like, okay, each one has 13 carries for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's just insane.
Manville's always had a really good stable of running backs, and just at any time they can throw the ball and beat you through the air with Jalen Waltham or beat you on the ground. It doesn't matter. Manville's always had that firepower. It looks like they may be poised for a good run through the playoffs this year.
I guess when you're a Maverick, you're supposed to have a good stable.
And you think I'm bad.
I do it for Tom because he just loves it.
Yeah, Tom looks very happy now. So they tend to the injured player for Shadow Creek, and with a 1:41 to go here, 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top. Looks like we have a TV timeout here, as we've got TV here as well, broadcasting the game. A lot of interest across the state, across the area. Shadow Creek jumping up to 6A this year, but the defending 5A1 state championship on their belt, so to speak, going against the vaunted Pearland Oilers. Pearland will put the ball into play here, 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. Sock, the handoff to Cerner around the right side. He's got room to run past the 45, the 50, down the sidelines, brought out of bounds around the 40-yard line the other way. That time Cerna got free.
Good thing Jaden Scott was there because he was the one man between him.
And that's the big run that Pearland kind of needed to juice themselves up, try to get back into the end zone.
That's the first time they've hit that outside, been able to turn the corner on the Sharks tonight.
Notice I've seen a lot more Cerna recently than I have Darius Hale.
Cerna, the hot hand here as they're going with number 6. 20-6 is our score. Pearland trying to mount another comeback on this drive. He'll throw it to the left side. The ball falls incomplete. There's a host of Pearland older receivers right there. 3 in the same spot. Seemed like they all fell down at the same time as the ball arrived.
Yeah, and Coiner was the motion man. It almost looked like the route was set for him, and then he collided with a couple other players.
Yeah,
like he collided with Sanchez.
Yeah, like you said, they all fell down at the same time, but Jalen Emery was right there, and he almost picked that off.
Sort of looked like a NASCAR crash there.
Pile up.
2nd and 10. Sock will take the handoff. Throw it out to Cerna. Around the right side, shakes one tackler, goes north-south, gets past the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Another great run by Dominic Cerna.
What an impressive 5-yard run. I mean, he had a guy on his back about 6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he manages to turn it into 5 yards.
And that's one thing this Pearland team's done all season. As you can tell, they're so well coached on moving north and south. Their guys get the ball, they go north and south.
They don't have the speed to go east and west.
No, but there's plenty of teams that don't have the speed to go east and west and still don't go north and south.
So Dominic Cerna, just a junior, putting on a great performance tonight against this Shadow Creek defense. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. It's about the average third down for Pearland tonight. 3rd, 6, 3rd and 7.
I think in basketball we call that hero ball. You're just trying to do way too much.
Got twins to the left side. Sock in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, throw it directly to the right side. He had a receiver, but bounced out of his hands. Had enough for the first down. And it's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like he just missed that throw.
Hit you in the hands, though. I mean, you got to make that catch. That's a mistake you cannot have on a 3rd and 6.
Almost looked like on the route he turned around a little bit too late. And Sock, either that or Sock threw the ball too soon. It kind of surprised him. They'll go for it here. 4th and 6. Sock will take the shotgun snap, and the flags come out right away. We'll see what that is about.
If you're Pearland, you really hope that's against Shadow Creek because you don't want to get moved back.
Yeah, already facing a 4th and
Prior to
6.
the snap, false start.
Like they will
number 61 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Up a little bit.
Still 4th down.
Got happy feet, so they'll move him back another 5 yards, and that I think that'll change the Pearland Oilers coaching staff's mind over going for it. That'll bring up 4th and 11. It looks like they're bringing in the punt team now.
They really believe in their defense, you can tell. I mean, as hard as they've had a time moving the ball.
Well, the defense has done a great job, especially in the second half. They shut out Shadow Creek in this 3rd quarter. And the punt, nice long high punt down to about the 10-yard line. It'll take a bounce and roll out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 6-yard line.
6 or 7, yeah. It's a good punt for them.
They'll officially mark it here. They'll walk over to the, right at the 6-yard line. So a little coffin corner kick. It's going to pin the Shadow Creek Sharks down at their own 6 here. 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Shadow Creek still nursing a 14-point lead. 20-6 is our score. Again, Manville manhandling the Foster Falcons over at Alva Memorial Stadium, up by 20. And that's a huge game for Manville to put their stamp on that division. Foster being number 5 in the state, Manville being number 6. They'll hand off straight up the middle. Not much there. Good penetration by the defense for Pearland.
Yeah, Baylor Johnson there in the backfield is one of the tacklers to stop them.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score 20-6, and they'll flip ends. So it's an interesting 3rd quarter, guys. It's just thought Shadow Creek had the hand, or this game almost in hand with a score there to start out the 3rd period. But the Pearland Oilers, the defense really stood up in this 3rd quarter.
No, they've done a really good job, and even though the offense didn't come away with a point, with any points the last 2 drives they've had, they've taken some time off the clock and let that defense get rest, because at the end of the day, that
Even now, while we're distancing, your body needs to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are ready with advanced technology and imaging to deliver custom treatment plans safely. And our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
2nd and 13. Ball is going to be marked on the 3-yard line, their own 3. Again, next week, tune in at 7 p.m. next Friday night. Another great game. This Shadow Creek Sharks offense, or Shadow Creek Sharks team, going against the Dawson Eagles, crosstown Pearland rival. And if Shadow Creek can come out on top tonight, and if Dawson can win their game as well, looks like that game may be for the district championship next week. So it's just starting the 4th quarter. Just 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top. 1 quarter to go here. I think we're in another TV timeout. There we go. It's one thing about TV, it kind of delays things a little bit as they're going in and out of breaks. So we'll try to deal with that. They wind the clock here. Shadow Creek will 2nd and 13 from their own 3. Drones tries to throw it out of the end zone. It's knocked down. Batted down by the Pearland Oilers. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13 from their own 3.
It's Jaden Fletcher, a pretty athletic looking D lineman there, making a great play.
So Drones tried to hit a little screen pass to the right side, trying to get Hancock with some room out there.
Any play down in this territory is dangerous.
So here he goes, a dangerous play. You're right, Evan. 3rd and 13 from your own 3. The Oilers are going to be pinning their ears back to try to come after Drones here. In the shotgun, has trips to his left side. He's scrambling again. He's under pressure out of the end zone. He gets to the 5, gets to the 10, going for the first down marker. Don't know if he got it or not. See where they mark it. They're going to mark him out about 3 yards shy, looks like.
That was all Kyron Drones' athleticism. I mean, that's a safety in the end zone if he's not that fast.
Yeah, Pearland came after him and forced him to scramble.
I guess that's been my point the last few games with Kyron Drones has been, we know that exists. We know that he can turn on and book it.
I would imagine any other quarterback is sacked for a safety there. They come off the edge with the corner blitz, and that's Sander Winter who's been spying him, and he's been all over the place, you know, in his face every time, but only Drones is going to get away from that.
Yeah, Drones is one of those guys, long-legged. He doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he'll go right by you. So they're punting from their own end zone, and Pearland comes after it, and they run into the kicker. The flag will come out. So they went for the block.
Keela Colio-Linton is livid.
And he's probably saying he thought he got blocked into the kicker, but didn't look like it from our vantage point here in the booth. And the flag comes out immediately. That could be a huge break for the Shadow Creek Sharks here.
Should give them a first down.
Depends on
running
if it's
into the kicker
or roughing the kicker.
on the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Either way, it's a first down, 5-yard penalty. It's a running into the kicker penalty.
That can really come back to bite them because this defense has stood up so well in the second half. If you give up points now, that's a tough loss.
And that's 3 more snaps at least.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow Creek takes a shot downfield right here, trying to hit the speed of C.J. Guidry and Greg Hancock on the outside.
There's a lot of game left, but you don't have that much time, and Shadow Creek's offense can move the ball.
I mean, you commend them for going for the block, but they just can't get that close to the kicker. They'll hand it off. Kelvin Brown trying to make something out of nothing, bounces off one of the defenders and just right over on his rear end. Not much there, maybe a 2-yard gain.
Baylor Johnson just brings the wood and hits Kelvin Brown. He got knocked back about 4 yards after contact.
Yeah, he looked like one of those YouTube videos where they're running at each other with a plastic ball and they bounce off each other.
That's a great example of what we saw.
11-11 to go here in the 4th quarter. Pearland still out on top. Shadow Creek out on top. 20-6. Drones looking downfield, looking for a receiver. Still looking. and he just throws it up. And how did he complete that? Oh my gosh, over to the 20-yard line, almost like he threw it over his back, behind his back, and somehow found the receiver open.
Houdini. Wow. You called him a Houdini. He had Christian Sauter all over him, bringing him to the ground, and he throws a 10-yard pass.
It almost looked like he just, behind his back, just tossed it up.
To put that on the money? Just to get it off? Oh, man.
That might be the second best high school play I've ever seen.
Houdini has arrived.
That might be better than Shadrack Banks leaping over someone here.
So Drones with the Houdini, man. He's going to throw it out in the flat. And got a receiver right there. Enough for the first down. He fights for it.
Looks like they've got a holding call.
Yeah, the flag right there at the 35-yard line, 34-yard line.
They're getting pressure on Drones, but, man, he is, like you said, he's a Houdini. He just gets out of it.
Ineligible lineman.
Even all the Houdini plays we've seen over the last couple of years,
number
that's got to
53
be right there
and
in the
number
top 5 for
73.
Drones.
5-yard penalty.
I'm going to put that over
Repeat second
Shadrack
down.
Banks leaping over a defender right here in the stadium. That
Correction,
was
first
insane.
down.
I think we all were in awe in this booth.
So they'll move it back 5 yards here on the penalty. As you heard, 1st and 15. Clock moving, 10:25 to go here in this game. Shadow Creek out on top, 14 points. 20-6 is our score. Drones trying to put some more points on the board. He'll move the man in Guidry on the flash sweep there. That is Hancock, past the 30 to the 35, the 40-yard line. Little jet sweep action, handed off, flipped it to Hancock. Got it out in space, used his speed to get the first down and move the chains again.
The blockers gave him a little bit of a hole, and he just juked his way to a first down. I mean, that was a beautiful move.
Great sidestep right there. Got him extra 5 or 6 yards. So straight out in front of us here at the 45-yard line is where they mark the ball, the 43. Drones calling for the snap. He'll take it from the shotgun, throw it out, try to hit Kelvin Brown out of the flat, and then incomplete. Boy, that had a lot of potential there. Kelvin Brown out in the open. If he caught that, he would have had a lot of green in front of him. But incomplete. He'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And Shadow Creek's feeling pretty loose and free with their passing game right now. You can tell they just you can tell that Drones kind of feels like he can throw it to anybody and make a play right now.
Any type of score makes it a 3-score game. So
2nd and 10. Drones from the shotgun. He'll call for the snap. Hand it off to Kelvin Brown. Around the left side, he's got to seam it to 50, the 40. He may be all the way down to the 20-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Kelvin Brown on the run.
There's one man on that defense who stops that touchdown, and it's Keela Colio-Linton, of course.
Yeah, Kelvin Brown got that corner, turned on the Jets. He looked like he was going. But there is a flag on the play at the 50-yard line.
And Linton's down on the side, man. He's such a good player. He's all over the place. Offense, defense, kick return, punt return,
holding,
punt block.
Number 53.
He's played
on the
quarterback
offense
to that as well.
10 yards from the spot of the
4th
foul.
on the team in all
Still
purpose
2nd
yards
down.
as a defensive player.
They'll shake it up, but he'll get up and walk off on his own power here.
He juked one of the coaches, so I guess he's okay.
Probably wanted to stay in the game. And
look, coach, I can do it.
The rules say you've got to come out for one play, son.
They're moving this all the way back?
Yeah, there was a holding call.
Please set the play clock to 40 seconds.
As they'll move it back. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15 here.
Correction,
That was
25.
a nice run by Kelvin Brown, even with the hold.
Kelvin Brown just 5'9", 150, 170.
They got him as 5'9", 175, and I think that's being generous.
He's not very big, but he's really hard to get a hold of. So 2nd and 15, Drones in the shotgun. Hancock in motion. He'll go back the other side, hand off, and he'll throw the ball. Actually, fake the handoff to Brown. Tried to hit Hancock back out on the flat there, and incomplete.
And not the same decision Kyron Drones from the first half would have made to throw it into that kind of coverage.
He's feeling confident. I guess when you make that one pass where you're being dragged down by a massive man.
I think we'd all be a little confident.
Patrick Mahomes-esque. He's going to throw it left-handed or something now.
Yeah, I think Mahomes would even tip his hat on that one. Drones calling for the snap. And the flag comes out.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 30 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
A little bit of a happy feet for Shadow Creek as they'll call the false start. As it goes against Damian Palamo, the tight end.
You know, the angle we had, we were not able to see what he did because of all the defenders in the way. I would love to see another angle of that.
So 3rd and 19 now. They're pushed back a little bit here, going in the wrong direction for Shadow Creek. 9:47 to go in the game. 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top. Hancock goes in motion. Wide open to flat, calling for the ball. Drones under pressure, rolling to his right, trying to hit over the middle. The ball falls incomplete.
Another flag. It's been a flag every play.
Yeah, it looks. I thought I saw some yellow flying through the air, and sure enough, right there at the 45-yard line.
What's up with this, Tom?
As much scrambling as he did, it might be another lineman downfield.
I'll go ahead and decline that penalty.
That's almost every play this drive. We've seen some sort of penalty.
Ineligible lineman downfield, number 76. That penalty will be declined. It brings up 4th down.
A couple times tonight when Drones goes on that scramble, it's hard to gauge as an offensive lineman when you need to be downfield blocking.
Tom, can you explain that penalty to the listeners?
Oh, there's a lineman down the field past the 5-yard mark. So if they throw the ball downfield, lineman can't be further down 5 yards.
After they complete it, then you can, right?
Yeah, after they complete it, you can, but beforehand.
So they'll have to punt it away here. A promising drive goes for naught. They'll punt it away, and Pearland will get the ball on their own 34-yard line.
That way you don't have linemen running down and blocking safeties while they're trying to cover. The issue is that a lot of what Shadow Creek runs is kind of set up for the run-pass option where they call a run and Kyron Jones basically reads the safeties whenever he's about to give the ball, and if he sees a hole, then he keeps the ball and throws it real quick. The issue is that he sees it and then it closes off and he already has the ball, so he kind of rolls outside and turns into kind of a schoolyard, backyard kind of football thing, and the offensive linemen are supposed to just run block and hope that the ball's out before they get downfield.
Sock takes the shotgun snap, gives up to Cerna. Up the middle, fighting for yardage, gets that close to the 40-yard line. About a 4-yard gain for Pearland.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but as an offensive as an offensive lineman coach, you can't be too terribly mad at them for that, right? It's not something that you're teaching them to worry about.
No, that's just something that's going to happen.
So with 9 minutes to go, Sock will take the shotgun snap, throws it out in the flat. He's got a receiver. It falls incomplete. Another flag down right there at the 42 or the 37-yard line, excuse me.
Man, oh, man.
Right there at the line of scrimmage.
These penalties.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Number 51 on the defense. 15-yard automatic. 51.
That's a 15-yard hands to the face.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Shadow Creek.
Jairo Castillo. So nose tackle, I believe.
Pearland's running out of minutes, and Shadow Creek doesn't need to help them move down the field.
There's still a lot of game left, and it's only a 2-score game, but, I mean, you'd have to think with the way Shadow Creek is able to move the ball that it's going to be tough for them.
So moving the ball all the way up to the 46-yard line now of Shadow Creek on the Shadow Creek side. Sock takes the snap, hands off to Cerna around the right side, and stopped with about a 1-yard gain. Not much there at all.
Yeah, there's just nothing there for them. With Jairo Castillo, a big guy up the middle, just eating up blockers, and Byron Robertson coming in and making the tackle like he always does.
Another report on the Manville Foster game. Just about 10 minutes ago, the report was 52-21. Manville leading the Foster Falcons down there at Alva Memorial Stadium. Great job out of Mavs tonight. Shadow Creek trying to match pace here and win their game as well. Sock will throw it into flat, out of bounds. It looked like a little miscommunication there. Like the receiver went on a fly pattern, and Sock expected him to turn around and come back to him.
Yeah, he was looking for Garrett Coiner, but that ball, yeah, like you said, he had to be expecting something else because that ball was about 15 yards away from him. Neither the receiver or the DB were looking at the ball.
So 3rd and 9. Time is becoming an enemy of the Oilers here. 8:15 to go. If they're going to get back in this game, they need to get something going on this drive to get some points on the board and close that gap. He'll take the snap, hand off to Cerna, up the middle, fighting for yardage up to the 39, the 41.
Yeah, I think that was intending to try to make it an easier 4th down conversion here.
It's going to bring up about a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 as they'll call it. And with 7:54 and counting to go, it is 4-down territory here for the Pearland Oilers. Sock in the shotgun. Looks like they're going to get a penalty against Shadow Creek as Sock loses the ball. Looked like the old Tom Brady tuck rule as he went to throw the ball and the ball flipped out of his hand, but all for naught as it's going to go against Shadow Creek.
I don't think anyone touched him, though. I think the ball just slipped out.
Yeah, it just went back one of those old empty hand things. And
offside.
Almost
Number 91
it would have been a great
defense.
Statue of Liberty if he had a ball carrier behind him.
Repeat 4th down.
There was nobody there.
Come on, Cerna, you got to get that.
Looked like a Three Stooges sketch.
4th and 1. Guess who's coming in?
Gives them a much more manageable 4th down here.
4th and short, and we've seen Keelacolio Linton take the Wildcat snap and convert it both times.
And here he comes again. You're right. And expect him to take the ball. It's like they've got room around the left side there. He'll take it himself. Barrels up the middle, up to the 1st down marker. And with extra effort, looks like he gets past it and a 1st down for Pearland.
3 for 3 on those 4th down conversions for Linton, man.
He comes up limping. He'll come off, but great job. He's 3 for 3, as you're right. Every time he's come in at that quarterback position, he's made something happen. That's a fresh set of downs for the Oilers here. All the way down to the 33 of Shadow Creek now. 7:22 and counting. Trailing by 14. Oilers trying to put some points on the board here. They'll take the snap and give it to Cerna over the left side. Maybe a yard if they're generous on the spot here, but not much there on the left side.
Tom, I think they're going to have to start throwing the ball and find some success throwing the ball. These inside zone runs are just not paying off the way they need to.
Yeah, you're kind of in a weird position where you still need to run those plays just to keep their defense honest. And you know they've had some big yardage on the inside, but yes, the short passes are maybe even going for it right here.
6:48 to go, 2nd and 10. Sock will take the snap, fake the handoff, roll to his right. He's under pressure, throw it across the middle. Incomplete. He was trying to hit Foster again across the middle. Great coverage by the Sharks.
And he had space and a good pass. He just kind of threw it behind him. And he's thrown it behind a couple different receivers, and it's hard to tell what's him releasing the ball a little bit late or receivers cutting their routes just a little bit short coming back towards him rather than staying true to their route.
Sock looks like a fairly solid quarterback when he's in the pocket, but when he rolls out, he's not that great, not that accurate on the run. We've seen that a couple of times. He's missed his receivers while he's on a design roll. 20-6 is our score here. Shadow Creek out on top. Sock will take the snap, fake the handoff, throw it out in the flat. He's got a receiver. That's Foster up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and on that pass play, previous pass play, Jalen Emery made a great stop, and now he's limped over to the sideline. So that's going to be a big loss for them because he's been all over for them.
That'll bring up a 4th down again. It's like a 4th and 5. Shadow Creek trying to stop this drive here. 4th and 5 for the Oilers. Oilers trying to get back to this game, down by 14. Sock on the roll again, looking for receiver. He's down right there. Terence Cooks. Cooks takes him down in the backfield. A sack for Shadow Creek.
You knew that talent was going to prevail, Tom. Terence Cooks and Byron Roberson are just too good.
Too good. And you saw Sox kind of turn and look back, trying to hope. He was hoping that backside single safety was running free, and he was covered. He was well covered, kind of lockdown corner play from Shadow Creek, and that ruined his afternoon.
Once he had to second guess, I mean, against the Shadow Creek defense, it's over.
Yeah, just too much talent, too much speed on that defense. Terence Cooks leading the way there. Made some great plays tonight. That's the best one of him so far. Calvin Brown around the right side has an opening. Past the 45 up to the 50-yard line. They'll move the chains for the Sharks.
A couple more runs like that, and you could put this in the bag.
Time ticking away, 5:43 and counting. Pearland trailing 20-6. Shadow Creek on the march here.
No, I expect Shadow Creek just kind of commit themselves to the inside run here, and if they have to punt it, they have to punt it.
Jones in the shotgun. He'll hand off again to Brown. Brown's twisted around and dropped right there. And maybe up to the line of scrimmage, but it might be a loss of about a yard. And that's what it'll be, a yard a loss. So it'll be 2nd and 11.
Man, he is so talented, but looking at him next to Drones, I have trouble believing he's 5'9", 175.
Because they list Drones as 6'3".
Drones looks about 6'7", standing next to him.
That would probably about the only weakness that Shadow Creek has on offense, and they really don't have that ground and pound big running back. They've got the speed in Brown, but he's certainly not, he's proven he can be an inside runner, and he goes straight up the middle. And again, the turf monster got him right there at the 50-yard line. We've seen him slip down several times tonight. The turf might be just a little bit wet. We had a little bit of rain earlier.
Man, I don't care if he's 5'5", 140. I mean, he's a really good running back.
So 3rd and 8, a couple years ago, Jamarian George at quarterback had a heck of an arm. Only 5'6" at quarterback, but boy, he could scramble, and it was hard to get a hold of him. He had the speed and the cannon arm. Great combination that led them to the state title run. 4:07 to go here. Drones from the shotgun. He looks to throw the ball. He's got a receiver out in the flat, just a little bit overthrown at the 30-yard line. He had him right there, trying to hit number 30, Damian Palamo, the tight end, out of the backfield.
So close.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 42 on the
Break
defense.
for Shadow Creek.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Didn't see that, but certainly putting a lot of pressure on Drones.
Tom, when you're using your timeouts, do you wait until like underneath the 2-minute warning or what?
Might as well burn
No,
him.
if I stop him here, I'll go ahead and start using some timeouts so that I can have as many minutes as I can.
Just 4 minutes to go here. They'll hand off to Brown up the middle. Breaks one tackle. Brought down by the second defender.
He calls one.
Timeout. Pearland.
They'll use their
That's
first
their
timeout.
first timeout of the
3:49
second
to go
half.
here. 20-6 is our score. Shadow Creek out on top and driving here.
Yeah, you see some coaches, they like to wait till, the 2-minute warning.
Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for their Press Box Meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics, and tonight's Press Box food sponsor. Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for the Press Box Meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics, and tonight's Press Box food sponsor.
with a balanced offensive attack. If you know they're passing, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think it's too tempting to come out and just like 5 wide and throw the ball. I think you got to come out and run some draws or screens or something to that effect.
Drones with a little jet sweep action around the corner to Kelvin Brown. He hits the corner down to the 10-yard line, pushed out of bounds around the 6-yard line. See where they'll mark it.
That was a crazy bit of misdirection. I had no idea who had the ball. Kelvin Brown ended up taking it, and Keeler Linton lays him out at the 6-yard line.
They'll actually mark it at the 15. He must have stepped out of bounds a little earlier.
Well, I bet she would have stopped at the 15 and not got hit by Keeler Linton.
Which he had known he stepped out of bounds.
He flew another 3-4 yards. He's so small, but man, he's so quick. They hit him and he just goes flying.
3:39 to go here. Drones with a shotgun. You hand off to Brown again. Brown, not much room there as he's wrangled by 3 Oilers to the ground. Loss of about 2 there.
There was a college game, and our receiver got hit in the air and knocked him out.
Pearland.
And
that's their second charge timeout of the half.
Like a crash dummy on that turf.
Oh, man.
And I've never unseen that. He like caught the.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and educational goals while saving you money. We're supporting students no matter the situation by being flexible in how we teach, providing financial assistance, and expanding our virtual support services. Experience the difference and make ACC your college right now.
Even now, while we're distancing, your body needs to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are ready with advanced technology and imaging to deliver custom treatment plans safely. And our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Please set the game clock to 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
For Manville.
66 to 28.
Thank you.
Oh, man. To put up 66 on a team like Foster.
Again, Foster's ranked number 5 in the state. Manville number 6.
They got to jump up in the rankings a little bit.
Jones taking the shotgun snap, give it over to Brown around the corner. He makes a little trip at the 10-yard line, but moves forward down to the 5-yard line.
I think he gets a first down there, and that's just, man, that is a backbreaker for Pearland.
Yeah, it's going to be really close to the marker.
And Strake Jesuit beats Alvin 44-14.
I thought Alvin had a chance to keep that a close game.
I thought so too.
And Strake's always had a good, strong program over there as well.
They struggled a little bit this year, though, huh? I think their record is, what was their record going into
They've
this?
played some good football teams this year, too.
Yeah, like Shadow Creek and Pearland, Dawson.
Yep.
A handoff to Brown, straight up the middle. Flag comes flying in as Brown will get down to about the 2-yard line. We'll see what the flag's about. So, flag is down around the 2-yard line.
Well, Alvin probably, just guessing, Alvin probably put in some second-string guys late in the game. And Strake Jesuit's second-string guys are a lot better than Alvin's second-string guys.
Holding.
And they probably got a couple.
Number 76 of the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot.
A couple tough
Repeat
seasons
third
for the
down.
Alvin Yellow Jackets. Gone through coaching changes and other issues over there, but the players just keep playing hard every time we see them. Every time we do a game.
That is their
for them.
third
Those Yellow
and final
Jackets are
timeout of the ball game.
Always playing a hard, tough game.
Well, those seniors have had 3 or 4 head coaches.
Alvin ISD would like to thank Chick-fil-A West for their press box meals donation. Visit one of their 3 Pearland locations. Chick-fil-A, proud supporter of Alvin ISD athletics, and tonight's press box food sponsor.
At our new South Fork Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, we're going the extra mile to earn your business.
Our salespeople work for you, not commission, so that's why we have lower prices and a better experience.
You can find out the price of any vehicle by calling 1-800-LOW-PRICE.
And we'll give you a warranty for as long as you own your newer pre-owned vehicle with South Fork's lifetime warranty.
Expect to get more at South Fork Dodge on Highway 288, just minutes south of the Beltway.
Call 1-800-LOW-PRICE, SouthForkDodge.com.
Who has more veterans, who has more upperclassmen starting, guys who have reps underneath. And, you know, a team like Shadow Creek or a team like Katy is going to come out on top just because sheer talent and the fact that their guys play 15 games every season.
And most of these teams like Katy and Shadow Creek, their second stringers are better than the first stringers across the board. Drones will take the snap. He's pushed back. Somehow gets out of that. Still rolling to his right. He hits the sidelines, throws the ball into the end zone. It's incomplete. Somehow Drones was able to get over there and get that ball off. And multiple defenders chasing him down.
He had one on his back and another in front of him. He made them collide into each other. Escaped.
We have an injury
shrugged off
timeout.
another, got the
Injury
throw off,
timeout on the field.
Incomplete, but that is insane.
Got a Pearland player down. One of the guys that Drones shook off there at the 25-yard line is still down, so they'll take a timeout for that. Again, and congratulate the Manville Mavericks. They seem to be getting better throughout the season. They're about big against Foster. With 2:30 to go, we'll go ahead and take a break as they tend to the injured player. This is Shadow Creek Shark Football on KACC. Back, Kyron Drones throws an interception. Pearland Oilers intercepted her on the 5-yard line, and they'll get the ball back here.
Yeah, that was Devion Moses, one of their really good defenders, and that might just be the break Pearland was looking for, but like we talked about, they're really going to have a tough time moving the ball down the field to score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, their defense has been, unfathomable kind of play tonight. You really commend how well their defense is playing. Their offense has moved the ball well, just not put points up.
So Sauk will come out here, trailing 20-6 with 2:16 to go, looking to throw the ball here. Push back, gets out of the pocket somehow, rushes to the sidelines and out of bounds. So he'll stop the clock there, save a timeout. Pearland trailing 20-6 with 2:08 to go, 1 timeout on the clock.
Yeah, and I was alerted that they do not have a 2-minute warning, which I was not aware of.
Oh, yeah, that's only in the NFL.
Oops.
I knew what you meant.
2nd and 7, Sauk in the shotgun. Trips to the left side. He'll roll to his right away from that. Try to hit the receiver and back at the 25-yard line. He's got a reception right there, and they'll move the chains.
Handful other things that generally, unless you're under 2 minutes, the first downs will stop the clock.
I thought that he managed to get out of bounds. That may be what they're conferring about.
Yeah, it did look
Reset
like
the clock to 1 minute and 58 seconds.
They'll reset the clock to 1:58, so they'll put 10 seconds back on.
I get a gold star. I will admit I do watch a lot more NFL games than I do high school games. So I might put my foot in my mouth a little bit, but I thought they would stop the clock on an out of bounds reception.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 58 seconds.
They're trying to get the clock reset from 1:48 to 1:58. And there they go. So now they'll wind the clock again. They set it to 158 and then set it in motion again. 20-6. Pearland trails. They'll throw the ball deep, trying to get the receiver down the sidelines. A little jostling there, but incomplete.
That ball was a good bit overthrown there. I don't think anyone had a chance at that.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, and you can see Pearland's playbook really shrinking with how quickly you need to score with each second that ticks off.
Well, the playbook is pretty small when it comes down to trailing by 14 with 1:46 to go for sure. Sock will take this handoff, and he'll get buried right there trying to look for some running room, something, somewhere to throw. And the Shadow Creek Sharks bury him right there, push him back.
I think that might be the nail in the coffin.
The clock continues to roll. Pearland has 1 timeout still. The clock continues to roll. 3rd and 15 now.
Yeah, I think you said it the other week, Tom. You have a lot of plays for 2nd and 1, but how many plays do you have for 4th and 15?
They'll take the snap. Sock looking to throw. Again, pressure, and the Shadow Creek Sharks just bury him right there. Another 4 or 5 yard loss back to the 10-yard line.
I think that's the game, folks.
Yep, I think they're going to.
Under a minute, still rolling here. That'll bring up 4th and the length of Texas.
You can play 3-4 safeties here. Looks like they have 5 safeties here.
They call it 4th and 22 officially. 37 seconds and counting. The Sock will take the snap. Looking for a place to throw it across the middle, trying to hit the receiver at the 35-yard line. It's incomplete. So 27 seconds to go. It's all for naught now. As I'm sure drones will come out. Victory formation. Take a knee and we'll be done here. So good job by the Shadow Creek Sharks. We had 20 points at halftime. Didn't score again. A great job by the defense for Pearland to be able to shut them out in the second half here.
No, the defense from Pearland's done a really incredible job, and Shadow Creek's going to have a lot to thank them for later on down the playoff run, because I think they've shown Shadow Creek what a really good defense can do against their offense, especially if they can create pressure with only 3 rushing defensive linemen.
Yeah, those linemen did a great job defending tonight.
So it looks like Shadow Creek's going to come out, take their knee, and we're all going to go home.
You expect a 20-6 game?
So there's the snap, and the clock will roll out. So our final tonight will be Shadow Creek 20, Pearland 6. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and talk about this. Check up on the score between Manville and Foster. But Shadow Creek wins another one here, 4 straight for them, 20-6 tonight. We'll take a break. This is Shadow Creek Shark football on KACC.
Make your way out on 3